Hello there, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television, coming to you from our studios here at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Nanatufo Boate, and it's an absolute pleasure to serve you the best breakfast on television. This morning, there's a lot we're looking at from the news or the media space, and of course, issues bothering your community, where you live, and of course, other issues of national interest. We'll be looking at all of that on the show right from this hour to 11 a.m. We entreat you to stay with us. Don't go anywhere as we bring you some insightful, educative and informative content right here on the show. Now, guess what? There's some good news in the air. Commuters on the Ofako and Sawam Road can heave some level of a sigh of relief, if you ask me, because contractors have moved to site. Work is set to resume, and we are hoping and praying that the resumption of work will continue all the way up until completion. Okay, last night my colleague Philip Nilate was on the stretch, and he reports that some work has begun on the stretch. At least some portions can be made motorable to reduce the traffic congestion on the stretch, and of course reduce the level of stress commuters have to go through. Now, just a few pointers on how our roads can be fixed, constructed and maintained. The government itself has embarked on a number of initiatives to help address our road infrastructure challenges. Of course, there's GOG funding, there's the PPPs, that's the public-private partnerships and the like. And then, of course, there's citizen engagement. We need to engage the citizens on road construction in the country. Now, while the government is allocating significant funds for road infrastructure to address the road infrastructure challenges, we've also been told by the Controller and Accountant General that some monies have been released to the contractor on the Ofanko and Sawam Road project. And so that's good news for us, for you, and especially for commuters on that stretch. There's a road that connects Accra to the eastern and the Ashanti regions. It's actually a direct road connecting the two major cities in the country, the biggest ones economically, if you ask me, that's Accra and Kumasi. So it's a major relief that this release of funds has been done and the contractor has moved to site. When this government came to power, we heard of some wonderful, beautiful initiatives, including the decapping of the road fund, an app that was launched for where persons can report poor or defective roads to be fixed and all. And so we're hoping that the government will continue to explore innovative public-private partnerships to help address our road infrastructure gaps, road infrastructure challenges. But kudos, and we'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll be monitoring keenly, because that road is quite important to us as a people. And so we'll be monitoring keenly the resumption of work, and hope and pray that it continues until completion, so that some relief can be brought to all who ply that stretch. But that said, we want to say kudos, congratulations to all who participated in the Literacy Challenge 2025. While we congratulate all participants, we celebrate the winners. Okay, so Atenga was the winner. We say congratulations to him. We celebrate him. Adongo and Atenga was the winner. Congratulations to him and to all who joined or participated in the Literacy Challenge. The grand finale was held over the weekend, and it was such an exciting experience. You had parents, you had wards, you had teachers, all at the Alisa Hotel here in Accra to support their candidates or participants in the Literacy Challenge. It was a good session. The contestants participated in a live quiz test, and at the end of the day, Adongo and Atenga came tops, winning the 10,000 Ghana cedis, the Glitzy Trophy, and walking away with the bragging rights as the most outstanding all-rounded student of the year. Congratulations to him, Adongo and Atenga, as well as congratulations to all participants and winners of the Literacy Challenge. The Literacy Challenge 2025 was brought to you by 97.3 City FM in partnership with Channel 1 Television and sponsored by Bell Moo and GB Assessment. We want to say thank you to Belmu, thank you to GB Assessment for sponsoring the Literacy Challenge 2025. Congratulations once again to all the winners. On the 6th and 7th of September, we're all going to assemble at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park for the This Is Ghana exhibition. This is the 2025 edition of what promises to be a big exhibition, a groundbreaking event for all local SMEs, startups, local businesses, innovations, indigenous corporate bodies who are looking to showcase what they're producing locally, what you're selling locally, the experience, the service, all homegrown to the rest of the world. This is your one-stop shop, and so be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition 2025 happening on the 6th and 7th of September here in Accra at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park. Please call 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973. Register to be a part of the This Is Ghana exhibition. Now here's the catch. If you call, you're making reservations. But if you're serious about participating, then you need to follow up your reservations with your payment, okay? Your slots or your spot can only be guaranteed and secured for you upon payment. So it's your payment that secures you a spot to be a participant, an exhibitor at the This Is Ghana exhibition. But for patrons like you and myself, it's free entry. And so let's all come, let's gather at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park on the 6th and 7th of September. Let's celebrate Ghana. Let's showcase Ghana's export potential. And let's appreciate the creativity and innovations Ghanaian businesses are bringing to bear. We want to stay competitive. We want to stay relevant on the international market. This is one of the platforms that affords you the opportunity, the avenue to sell yourself to the rest of the world. So be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition 2025 happening on the 6th and 7th of September. Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. Please call 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973. Register, pay, and participate in the This Is Ghana exhibition. Now, the This Is Ghana exhibition is brought to you by Channel 1 TV, supported by 97.3 City FM, and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Side Hustle, EcoBank, Built, and TWI, that's Twillium Industries. Thank you to MTN, thank you to Side Hustle, thank you to EcoBank, thank you to Built, and thank you to Twillium Industries. Let's see you on the 6th and 7th of September at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra for the This Is Ghana exhibition. Promises to be exciting, and you should be a part of it. Let's appreciate the creativity of Ghanaian businesses, Ghanaian startups, Ghanaian SMEs, indigenous corporate bodies, and what have you. Now, if you're interested in the news, if you want to walk the news, you want to have access to the news on the go, I'll show you a quick and easy way. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download the Channel 1 News app from the Google Play Store. All right? It's quite simple, user-friendly. The interface is quite easy to navigate, and you shouldn't have a problem at all. Download and install the Channel 1 News app from the Google Play Store, and you will thank me later. You have access to the news, all the updates to the existing stories, the breaking news, the 411, the gist, all available right there on the Channel 1 News app. So do your best to download same from the Google Play Store and have access to the news on the go. It's quite simple, quite user-friendly, quite easy to navigate. So there you have it. Your easiest way to access the news is by downloading the Channel 1 News app on your device, and you'll be smiling all the way through as you read the various stories that we are uploading on our news portal. But anyway, let's get into the papers. Let's go old school and bring you what the front pages of the various dailies are saying this morning. The Daily Graphic is where I'm starting from, and the big story on the front page says Ghana begins legal timber export under new EU legal framework. Ghana begins legal timber export under new EU legal framework. Then you have 998 prisoners granted presidential pardon. Agrada, Atu ACN not included. 998 prisoners granted presidential pardon. Agrada, Atu ACN not included. Written WASI starts tomorrow. Written WASI starts tomorrow. We want to wish all the students all the best. We pray for retentive memory for them. We trust and believe that they are well prepared, and we wish them well even as they sit to write the 2025 WASI. Now, women protest against Bumpurugu Nankpanduri clashes. Women protest against Bumpurugu Nankpanduri clashes. And then you have government to introduce STEM subjects. Government to introduce STEM subjects at basic level. Government to introduce STEM subjects at basic level. I'm going to jump to the back page real quick, which says Gamanche commends RNAQ for commitment to community and cultural values. Gamanche commends RNAQ for commitment to community and cultural values. Then you have Christian Service University offers scholarships to Asafo community. Christian Service University offers scholarships to Asafo community. That's the Daily Graphic newspaper this morning. Let's check out what the Ghanaian Times is saying. Front page is what I alluded to earlier. Traveling Ofanko in Sawam Road, hellish. Traveling Ofanko in Sawam Road, hellish. Contractor assures relief soon. Government releases $77 million for project. Traveling Ofanko in Sawam Road, hellish. Contractor assures relief soon. Government releases $77 million for project. Also on the front page, B-STEM initiative for basic school teachers launched. B-STEM initiative for basic school teachers launched. Then you have Borderless Africa Visa-Free Movement campaign picks up steam. Borderless Africa Visa-Free Movement campaign picks up steam. Helicopter crash. President thanks Ghanaians and international community for support. Helicopter crash. President thanks Ghanaians and international community for support. Let me jump to the back page. Woo investors to petroleum sector. That's PIAC, the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, urging the government through the sector ministry, says woo investors to petroleum sector. Then you have government targets 778,480 tons reduction in carbon emissions by 2030. That's according to Professor Kluche. Story says government targets 778,480 tons reduction in carbon emissions by 2030. That's according to Professor Kluche. So that's it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Let's get into the Daily Guide. Front page of the Daily Guide says government receives over 200 prophecies, 80% of no use. You can't be sad in this country. You can't be sad in Ghana. Government receives over 200 prophecies, 80% of no use. It's in a crack and saying. Mahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. Mahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. Mother whips cheating son's corpse at accident scene. Mother whips cheating son's corpse at accident scene. I don't know what to make of this. Gold board enforces receipts in gold trade. Gold board enforces receipts in gold trade. Yeah, so that's it for the daily guide. Walk to a newsstand near you, grab a copy, and you can get the details. But I'll quickly take you to the Chronicle. The Chronicle says, storm over Mahama's trip to Japan. Storm over Mahama's trip to Japan. Well, it's been brewing on social media. A member of parliament for Otafo, Vincent Kwasafwa, made a post without mentioning the name of the president. But of course, you could derive or you could infer whom he was referring to. A deputy chief of staff, Stanislav Jose Dogbe, responded to him yesterday on Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. The minister in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachufusu, also responded to him. So it's fair that the paper is reporting that there's a storm over Mahama's trip to Japan. Well, let's look at some other stories on the front page of the Chronicle. Lady Cashier allegedly steals 5.4 million cedis from Cass Estates. Lady Cashier allegedly steals 5.4 million cedis from Cass Estates. Hey. The one who states his case first seems right until the other comes and examines him. This is from the book of Proverbs chapter 18, verse 17 to 18. A scripture for the day, Proverbs 18, 17 to 18. The one who states his case first seems right until the other comes and examines him. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Daybreak newspaper is here, has a picture of the Pokwasin Soam Road, and it says contractor returns to site. Contractor returns to site. Scrapping key policies has killed opportunities for jobs. Afenyomaken slams Mahama. Scrapping key policies has killed opportunities for jobs. Afenyomaken slams Mahama. Presidential amnesty for 998 prisoners. Gold board enforces mandatory receipts for gold buyers. And in a feature that is expected, it says Chief Executive Officer of a state agency draws rent allowance without board approval. Chief Executive of a state agency draws rent allowance without approval. So that's the front page of the Daybreak. Let's get into some business stories on the front page of the Economy Times. Economy Times says GIPC seeks to spread foreign direct investment nationwide. GIPC seeks to spread foreign direct investment nationwide. BOG meets banks on FX auction and liquidity as World Bank raises concern on excess interventions. BOG meets banks on FX auction and liquidity as World Bank raises concern on excess interventions. And then you have BOG goes hard on defaulters as it strategizes to cut down NPL. BOG goes hard on defaulters as it strategizes to cut down on NPLs. So that's the Economy Times, front page of the Economy Times, has the GIPC story, has the BOG on FX, and again has the BOG on non-performing loans. That's the NPLs. So let's go online now. I'll take you to channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Ensuring responsible mining will be lasting tribute to crash victims. Ensuring responsible mining will be lasting tribute to crash victims. That's a former Lands and Natural Resources Minister, a former Member of Parliament, Enusa Fuseni, speaking there. And let's look at some more stories. Strong multi-stakeholder collaboration needed to tackle galamsey. That's Elikem Kotoko, Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission. Strong multi-stakeholder collaboration needed to tackle galamsey. In some other stories, media engagement won't solve it. Ashaiman MCE to Protestant traders. Media engagement won't solve it. Ashaiman MCE to Protestant traders. I, for one, support what the MC is doing, just that it has to be done within the confines of the law, of course, and of course, with a human face to it. Because the congestion in that area is what is causing all that traffic congestion there. The human congestion, because people have decided not to sell in the markets. People are selling on the paved ways. They have taken over. The trotro themselves have converted half of the road to a loading station. It's just terrible. So if the MCE is embarking on this decongestion exercise, we are all for it, but it has to be done with a human face and, of course, within the confines of the law. All right, let's look at some other stories. TDC rejects illegal developers' claims to Boteman lands. TDC rejects illegal developers' claims to Boteman lands. Pokwase and Sawam Road works to see major progress this week. That's an assurance from the Amasaman MP. Pokwase and Sawam Road works to see major progress this week. My constituents have rejected Galamsey despite mineral deposits. That's the Upper West Akim Member of Parliament speaking there. My constituents have rejected Galamsey despite mineral deposits. Then you have Health Minister orders probe into assault on nurse at Ridge Hospital. Health Minister orders probe into assault on nurse at Ridge Hospital. Mahama's Japan trip was on Emirates, not private jet. That's Felix Kwachi Ofusu, Minister in charge of Government Communications. Mahama's Japan trip was on Emirates, not private jet. Mahama's amnesty granted to 998 prisoners not politically motivated. Again, the Minister for Government Communications, Kwachi Ofusu, speaking. He spoke with Umaru Sanda Amadu on Eyewitness News, which was live on 97.3 City FM. VIP assures prison service, not prisoners. VIP assures prison service of improved conditions of service. VIP assures prison service of improved conditions of service. Then you have the Mahama granting amnesty to the 998 prisoner story. When you go to the Volta region, FDA seizes 11.5 million cedis worth of red. Charlie, people are not joking, you know. 11.5 million cedis worth of red at Boglu border. 11.5 million cedis. We are destroying the youth with our greed and our insatiable quest or thirst for money. So we are destroying the youth of this country. Anyways, when you go to the Ashanti region, police impound vehicle loaded with firearms as suspects flee into bush. Let me jump quickly to citynewsroom.com. Government pays 809 million cedis to Pokwase and Sawam highway contractor. Arrest Yamin Abanga over alleged involvement in Galamsey. That's Dr. Kenneth Ashibe. Bad weather, not mechanical fault, forced Nkoko helicopter landing. That's the Volta River Aviation in reference to that emergency landing at Nkoko of their helicopter. SEC to roll out new guidelines for forex trading in Ghana. And then a helicopter tragedy may lead to scrapping of LI 2462. That's Elikem Kotoko speaking there. Asafwa demands full disclosure on Mahama's travel. Then you have declared localized state of emergency to fight Galamsey. That's Ken Ashibe. We are decongesting, not unlawfully evicting traders. That's the MCE for Ashaiman. We support you. SEC nabs 4 for investment fraud in Northern Region. And contractors to resume work on Pokwase and Sawam Road. Then you have Don't Beat Nurses, help us resolve issues. Health Ministry on Ridge Hospital assault. Details of these stories and several others on our news portals, channel1newsonline.com, as well as citynewsroom.com. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Ifo Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
I'm here with the sassy, saucy Akle.
Who cook Angwamu?
So all this was from Angwamu?
Yes. When I was 17, I ran away from home and went to Lagos. And
What?
for like 2 years, my father didn't hear from me.
You did what?
I haven't heard anybody talk about frying plantain and salting it in this way before. Like you cut and you let it marinate. I love it. You let it sit for a while.
Wine and go down, wine and go down.
Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say. Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say.
Let me ring that bell, and me and you get started. So let me tell.
Ashie, totally, oh, baby, totally. No more by you, totally. A baby, totally. No more by you, totally.
Do you see Tatale here?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
The station is Channel 1 TV, the program Breakfast Daily, the segment News Review. It's time to have a conversation on the topical issues that have dominated our media space. We'll be going into it and bringing you different perspectives to it, and of course help shape the discourse as we always do here on the show. I have three strong gentlemen in the studio with me. Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa is a member of the New Patriotic Party. Doc, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to be
Looking
here.
good as always.
Thank you so
Right.
much.
Larry Dobre, a regular on the show. He's the editor of the Herald newspaper. So Larry, good morning. Mr. Dobe. You've not been knighted.
No, no.
And then the good prof is here. Professor Michael Ayamga Dongo is here. Deputy CEO in charge of Operations Environmental Protection Authority. Prof, good to have you.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Great, great. I hope GTEC is not coming after you.
No, I don't have any questions to answer.
Oh, when they do, you can defend it.
I'm sure by now they know everything. I've worked for it. I'm okay.
That's what we are starting from anyways. The Ghana Tertiary Education Council is more or less policing academic titles in the country. The most recent one has to do with the Deputy Minister of Health. GTEC says there's no evidence to support her using the title professor. Her legal team has written back to the GTEC, accusing the GTEC of bias and threatened legal action. I'll start with you, Prof, since you also hold same title. Your observation, your take on this particular matter.
I think we need to be very cautious about how we approach this issue. But before I start, I just want to say good morning to your viewers across the globe, and also good morning to my people of Northern Ghana. You see, the issue of titles has more to do with the Ghanaian culture than people's desire to beat the system also. So I feel that it goes beyond just the individuals projecting these titles. It is what we think titles can do. That is why we are having these issues, and we need to put that on record. But more important is the confusion that also it projects. Professorship, depending on the jurisdiction you are in, could be a title, a job description, or just an academic status. In Ghana here, it is a stage in your career you acquire through research, teaching, and a whole host of experiences. And at every stage of the way, you go through reviews by your peers, by external peers. You project what you have done in terms of teaching and research, also publications. Then you are subjected through both internal and external review. And after that, you are written to, or if it is at the professorial level, a council duly constituted by the appointing authorities then confers the professorship title on you. In the United States, or in mostly North America, the title professor is just like the title lecturer. So what has been the problem is that if someone from that environment comes into our system, they come with the title, they import it, because they don't come and they are all called lecturer. Maybe he was using the title professor, comes to Ghana and still using the title, joins the university. In our books, he will be probably a lecturer or maybe a senior lecturer, but still uses the title professor because that is what the fellow imported into the system. Is it an intention to be criminal? No. Is the fellow projecting the title trying to beat the system? I don't think so necessarily. Here, it is now an issue of linguistics, let me put it that way, especially in the case of the deputy minister. Do we want her to stop using it because she is intending to cheat, or she came from a system that recognized her as a professor? I think it is the latter, that she came from a system that conferred to her professor. You look at assistant professor, that's their entry grade. In our system here is assistant lecturer. We go through 4, 5, 6 stages. They have 2. From assistant professor, you go to associate professor, and then you are full professor. Just those 3 stages. And you want to ask yourself, at which point of those stages do you compare to, let's say, senior lecturer, associate professor, or full professor? So those are the challenges here. I don't think the deputy minister wants to beat the system. It's just that she comes from a system that described her as a professor, and she's bringing it here. Now, what is not helping the case, and I want to be straightforward, is trying to project it as if it is equivalent to what happens here.
Right.
So there shouldn't be that argument at all. It may not be equivalent to what is happening here, but was she a professor in the United States? Yes. Can she hold herself here as a professor? Maybe outside, yes, but in the university she is not. So these are the nitty-gritties of the issue, and I think that, yet much as I appreciate GTEC for policing the system, you should go after those abusing it. Maybe not somebody who has come from the system that described her as a professor, and you think that once he's not entered the university to teach, University of Ghana, or where I come from, UDS, to teach, I don't think that we should make a whole host about it. That said, there are times that even in the United States, you are tenured. When you are an assistant lecturer or a professor, you are normally more or less regarded as an assistant lecturer here or a lecturer here. You are tenured when you go through certain processes, and it's also a very rigorous one. So by the time you become tenured, then you can say, okay, you are a professor, or you are an associate professor in that regard. So in the case of the deputy minister, I want to ask whether was she a tenured professor, and that is where we need to go. But I don't think that she is using the title professor with the intention to project herself as what she's not. So we need to separate those 2 issues.
Very well, very well. Dr. Palgrave, let me come to you. It was like Larry, whom I'm trying to confer the title set on, and has rejected.
Rejected.
He's the only one without a title.
He doesn't want to have any problems with the king. But a very good morning to you, and to Prof, and to Larry, and to your beautiful Ghanaian people and around the globe. And to state it that GTEC has a responsibility, really, to ensure that rightfully earned academic credentials are associated with people thereof. And I can agree very much with Prof when he states that the jurisdictions are very different. I know persons who either teach in North America or teach in UK, and the entry point, as is rightly stated, is either a lecturer or assistant lecturer, and you go into professorship and associate professorship. So when your students begin to call you prof, and you hold that as such, and you come into a jurisdiction like Ghana, and you are not supposed to hold that as such, I think that those are the issues that there are in. For those of us that are in academia, you know that I lecture at UPSA as well. One of the things that I would ask for GTEC to do in terms of cleaning up the system is to go after other persons that are using the titles wrongly. So those that have not earned it academically, people that are referring to themselves as doctors, as professors, that have no academic credentials whatsoever. They either do not have a first degree, or even a second degree, or even a master's.
But they have honorary degrees.
Well, even honorary degrees are wrong.
Doctorates.
Yes, the honorary doctorates are wrong. When you have an honorary doctorate, it must not precede your name, because you have not earned that as such. And for persons that school outside, GTEC holds the view that if you school as I schooled in France, my PhD is from IPAGE Business School. And when you come, you're supposed to submit your credentials to GTEC for GTEC to verify that.
Right.
When GTEC verifies that, GTEC can now say that based on the studies that you did, it's equivalent to a PhD in philosophy in Ghana, and then you can accredit that to yourself. But there's a troubling issue as well that we must look at, and I think that GTEC must not just they should leave the deputy minister alone. For crying out loud, she's a deputy minister of state. She's a member of parliament. The state recognizes her as a higher echelon who is serving the public. I think that there are people that, for me, are using titles that they must go after. And from a religious background, I know that there are some people that are holding themselves certain titles. GTEC is supposed to look at all institutions as it is. we know that in this country we have theological institutions that are accredited. We know there's the Trinity Theological Seminary, we know of the Ghana Baptist Seminary, we know of the Assemblies of God Seminary, we know of those that people go through to be able to acquire their studies and their certification. I would want to entreat GTech to turn their attention on the religious bodies, those that are using reverend doctors and apostles and professors and all of those that are also not accredited. I think that JTech must turn their attention there, and that would be able to sanitize the system in a country where we live in. Yes. I'm calling for trouble.
These are anointed men.
Yes, I mean, those are divine titles. I know. I'm calling for trouble. I know.
Think it should be an academic rank as well.
Oh, of course, because you see, people. I can't profess myself to be a lawyer if I just hold an LLB and I've not done the professional.
Right.
I mean, I can at best in other jurisdictions consider myself as a solicitor, but here in this country we don't even do that. So if people are holding themselves prophets, if people are holding themselves apostles, people are holding themselves evangelists and the likes, and people are calling themselves the reverend title, there are people that have gone to school. They've gone to Trinity Theological Seminary. They've done a first degree. They've done a second degree. They've done a PhD. So it's right for them to be called a reverend because they have finished a certification that is so recognized. I got very scared in this country when on one Friday, one was an idol worshiper. On a Sunday, had started a church. I mean, I was so surprised. I was like, what kind of society are we living in? You know, I'm not saying I am glad that the person has been convicted and sent behind bars and is serving the sentence, but it clearly tells you that we need a system that is sanitized. We need a system that is well structured. When the system is sanitized and well structured, you will not have a lot of these issues going back and forth where people are holding themselves titles that they are not supposed to be holding. Look at the radio stations that we have in this country. You can have someone who can come and sit on it who has not gone to any herbal school, professing himself to be a herbal medicine doctor, and then also prescribing medications. All those things are issues that JTech must go after, so that we can clearly have a sanitized system. We don't have no issues whatsoever, so that if you meet someone who is saying that I'm a doctor, and it's MED, which is medical doctor, then you know that you can be sure that the person can prescribe some certain medications for you.
Right.
We were in this country. I was younger then when Dr. Beckley, you remember, at Dansoma, you know, when you enter his house through the door, you can't find the door anymore. And he was doing a lot of things in this country. And I was told that this man either schooled in Russia or so and didn't graduate and some funny things. And was in Ghana and was doing a lot of things to people. So it clearly tells you that JTech has a lot of responsibility. I want to expand their scope a little bit more. Their office is not too far away from Trinity Theological Seminary. They can easily get...
Actually on the same stretch.
Yes, they can actually get all the persons that have graduated from Trinity Theological Seminary, because it's an economical...
But Trinity is not the only seminary.
That's where I'm coming. It's an economical body which has Assemblies of God, which has Presby, which has Anglican and all of those. The Catholics also have theirs. Go and get all those that are supposed to be called Reverend Fathers. Go and get all those that are supposed to be called nuns. Get all those that are supposed to be called Reverend. Get all those so that we can be sure, so that we don't have an issue where one Friday one is calling on an idol worshiper, on a Sunday has started a church. We need to be able to sanitize the system and have a structured system in the country.
Very well, Doc. Thank you. Mr. Dogby.
Yes, sir.
From Prof to Doc to Mr.
Yeah, true. You're also a Mr. O.
I'm also a Mr. But it's just that I have a local name, so preceding it with Mr. sounds, it doesn't sound right. I am an Anna.
Oh, okay.
Without the stew.
Nice one. We'll find you one.
Right. I mean, the legal team of the Deputy Health Minister is questioning the authority of the GTech to request evidence from a body outside of Ghana. That has, according to them, duly conferred these honors on the Deputy Minister. Does the GTech have this authority?
Good morning to my colleagues, the professor and then the doctor.
The doc.
Yeah. No, I think that they've said all that need to be said. Prof has clarified what exactly is at stake.
Exactly.
The jurisdictional issue
which is what happens there and then what happens here. And the fact that, while there, you can be addressed as a professor, but when you come here, I mean, situations are different. Pargraves has also, essentially alluded to that as well. But added the divine, go into the...
Extended the net.
He has elevated it to the religious angle. And but I would like to say that this is much ado about nothing. It's an environment that we pride ourselves with certificates, but less substance. Okay? I mean, do you think Chinese will be involved in this debate? Do you think Chinese will be involved in this debate? Let me give you a typical example. Go to what is happening at Tech, KNUST. University for what? That's supposed to be a technical driven.
Science and technology.
Exactly. And go to Kumasi magazine. And what happens there? So one is awarding certificate and one is doing the practical side of things. Listen, let the car be damaged whatsoever. Drive it from Tema or put it on a truck and drive it to Kumasi. And give them 1 week or 2. You have that car as fresh as new because somebody has applied a practical side to all that is. Now, drive that same car maybe with an electrical fault to maybe Tech and see whether that car will come out the way the way you wanted it. So it's a society that is so much fixated with certificates. Why? What the art that sets up GTech, that's the Ghana Tertiary Education, exactly. What is it? What is it expected? What does the art expect them to do?
It gives them oversight over tertiary education.
And chasing certificates or who is a professor or who is a doctor or something. For me, it's not the core business of that body.
But you agree that it remains the business of GTech, even though not core.
But you see, listen, they are supposed to. We have a lot of mushrooming universities all over the place. That GTech is supposed to regulate.
True.
And not long ago, I think there was a concern that some of the
programs are not accredited.
Exactly. What has become of that? What has become of that? And they even went to the extent of even not mentioning the universities' names. Okay, because people couldn't go to the mainstream, the University of Ghana, all the public universities and so on. So people have found a way of using some 2-bedroom somewhere structure and then open up a university. Whether they are being regulated or not, nobody is telling us anything. And people who are desperate, students who are desperate to go to university are paying so much money. These are the things that GTech, you name and shame, and make sure that access is created for everybody. But this thing that every now and then this one is a professor, stop using that name. You are not this. You are not that. Listen, for me, it's becoming way too much. For me, I have friends across. I've been taught by doctors, professors, and so on and so forth. I'm not saying that I disrespect or I'm disrespecting whatever they put into it, the industry that they put into it in acquiring those titles. But I think that this is not about them, it's about GTech. Okay, there are key or core functions that, the arts that created them expects them to do. Regulate, whatever is happening within the educational space. The courses being read and developing human resources for this country. Are they doing that? Years ago, we were paying thousands of pounds to University of London for courses, some of which are here. But the system is such that, listen, even though you want to go to school, I mean, we have created some cutoff points. Your grades are not meeting those, cutoff points. One, even when you meet it, you are having to go through an entrance examination. Even when you pass that one, you have to go for an interview. Thereafter, they come and tell you that, oh, okay, you know something, you are a foreigner. We think you have a foreign name, so you are a foreigner, so you have to, pay what foreigners are going to pay. And the country is still where we are, and we are not progressing, and that is what, we are dealing with. Titles. We are fighting over titles. Haggling over it. I am, you are not, you can be. Chief, for how long? I recall somebody told me a joke about a certain gentleman who was at Tamale Poly.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime he meets you, he will be like, I am Dr. Abdullah, so and so. You are Mr. Who?
But he throws it in your face.
You ask you are Mr. Who? And so we tell him now, you're also Dr. So they say, oh yeah, what was your research on? You get it. So I mean, people are so fixated with titles. But elsewhere, people don't care. It is what you can do. Bill Gates. Is it Elon Musk? How about the guy with Facebook?
Zuckerberg.
Exactly. Jobs. Is that it? Steve Jobs? And the other guy, the Amazon guy. Exactly.
Bezos.
Sure. Are these guys who are...
Are they professors?
Are they professors? Are they doctors? They are controlling money. Chief. And we are here haggling over this. I'm sick and tired of this. Whether divine or pure academics.
But then you agree the right thing must be done.
Very soon, fetish priest.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, fetish priest will also start calling himself, and GTech will go after them. You know.
Dr. Nana Honhum Kesi.
Charlie, we need to get serious. I mean, this morning we are discussing this. What is happening on Ofankor Road? Where a contractor had collected money and gone to bed. And the residents on that stretch are suffering night and day. Meanwhile, that is one of our key international routes to, wherever. When, we can make so much money on that stretch. Friday, people spent 15 hours on that road.
I saw the report in the Herald yesterday.
Chief, and we are here discussing, whether you can use a title.
We have more pressing matters to discuss instead of this. But just a bit of education. So, Prof, I'll come back to you. On the GTech statement, there is a number of concerns. One has to do with the fact that the response from the legal team of the Deputy Health Minister left out the word adjunct. Adjunct. And that she was appointed an adjunct assistant professor. GTech believes that it was deliberately left out to mislead. Then again, they stressed that the role was a non-tenure track. So she wasn't tenured. And within Ghana's academic framework, it is equivalent to a part-time lecturer, not a senior lecturer, to even talk of a professor. So based on what you know, if you can help us with some explanation regarding
I
this.
want to agree with what my colleague said. Does that put food on the table, like one of my young boys always say? It's not something we should be worried about. If he had come to the university, we'll put her at the appropriate rank. If the deputy minister had come to the university to work, we'll put her at the appropriate rank.
Right.
She's in parliament. She came from a jurisdiction that call her professor. And this is where I disagree with GTech. Whether it is adjunct or not, when somebody is appointed to the university and is even adjunct professor, we don't see him and say, hello, adjunct professor. No, we call him professor. And she comes, she's in parliament, her colleagues will meet her in the United States and still refer to her as prof. Why do you waste your time? And I have a problem with GTech. I think they're overreaching. They are becoming like the headmasters of tertiary education in this country. And more or less living their core mandate, which is regulating the quality of tertiary institutions. They are the very ones that go granting accreditation to the very poor universities. And by the grace of God, I have accessed so many universities. And sometimes it is sickening to think that what they come to do in our university in the name of accreditation, these ones get through it. And that is the problem. That's why they should be policing. The reason we have fake degrees and very bad degrees in the system is that very poorly equipped institutions end up getting accredited by this same GTech. And so that is what they should focus on. I think their core mandate should be getting government to equip our universities to deliver quality education so that you don't have certificates without substance like it has been said here. I would rather share my title with people who haven't earned it if I can only make sure that the title is leading to development and progress in this country rather than going after anyone with it. If you are a real professor, you don't care whether others are using it rightly or not. Your reputation precedes you. Right. And that is the key thing I think they should focus on here. I don't want us to waste our time talking about, in the case of the deputy minister, you just see that this is a case where they want to name and shame people. Sometimes there are fake foreign universities in the system here. GTech sits down until they enroll people, graduate people, then you now start going after those individuals. Yes, you can do that, but wouldn't it have been better you are proactive and agile to the extent that you are policing and warning the public against these unscrupulous institutions that end up giving people degrees, these degree mills, giving them qualifications that are not maybe consistent with what we expect, and then you now start going after the individuals. I don't think that that is where we should be focusing on. One thing we need to focus on is also separate the substance from the fiction here. There are people I agree that in this country, once you have a title, you can lead so many people to do so many things. Right. And that is why you have many of the religious leaders trying to co-opt those titles, though through divine means.
Divine orchestrations.
Yes. Because they think you are a doctor. By the time you are a PhD, it just shows one thing, that you can submit yourself to a process, go through it, get verified by your peers, and it shows you are a disciplined person. So when a university calls you and awards an honorary doctorate degree, it's just in recognition of something you have done somewhere. You can't put that before your name. In your CV, it's supposed to be at honors and not qualification sections. So these are the issues there. Should we be worried about them? Yeah, if the people are those we think can deploy those qualifications to defraud and deceive people, then yes. But an honorable member of parliament, we are wasting resources going after an honorable member of parliament who in any case was an adjunct professor or whatever. That means he was teaching in the university. And in their system, they call them professors. She carries that title into our system, into parliament, not into academia. And we are running after her. I don't think that we need to mix those issues here. Let's do the policing of academic degrees, but not go after individuals in the attempt to shame them. We, those who have rightly earned these titles, don't think it is a problem if somebody calls himself a nickname professor. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not that vain to be worried about it.
Very well.
Just a quick one. You know, the GTech was established by at 10/23 of 2020, and it's called the Education Regulatory Bodies Act. And amongst the objects that it's supposed to do is to ensure efficient and effective administration and accreditation of tertiary education institutions. Then says that the principles of the provision of consistent quality of service by tertiary education institutions. And the third one, advancement and application of knowledge through teaching, scholarly research and collaboration with industry and public sector. And the third one, the development of appropriate human capital for the sustainable advancement of national economy. Do you see that happening? Are we see that happening? Okay. We are not seeing that. Supposed to, ensure, general regulation of whatever happens within the educational sector, and also, provide advisory, let's say, advisory services, coordinating, issues within the educational sector, and also regulatory accreditation and all those stuff. We are not seeing all that. And today you are a professor, tomorrow you can't be, the next day we know ourselves. I mean, it's become like an elitist, an elite group. I mean, I don't think that this should be, anything out of the ordinary. It is your services. Listen, I'm saying that kids, sometimes we used to watch documentaries where the watches that we wear are designed by nursery kids. You see the practical side of it. Recently I saw a video where somebody compared what's happening in China, Japan, and elsewhere, where those kids are being practical. Those who are being taught how to cook are cooking. Those who carpentry, they are. I was here. The kids were in the prayer camp somewhere. Being taught how to speak tongues. Tongues, eh? And you had a small boy who was holding a microphone and commanding godly people. I mean, that small boy, what does he understand by religion? Okay, the concept of Christ and then the heaven and all those things. No, but because he's being psyched up to think like that. His peers are designing the watches that his parents are wearing. And if that child at that level is designing a watch, only God knows what he will do in the future. In the future. I mean, those are the things that we need to be thinking about. We can't continue to be blowing hot air and doing dry politics. And yet we want our economy to be better, unemployment to be addressed. So we should live good. Chief, I mean, let's get serious.
Very well. Look, let me move you into different territories. The president, under his prerogative of mercy, has pardoned some 998 prisoners. Now, let me be a bit...
a bit you.
a bit me. And throw in the fact that Atuesien and Agrada are missing from the 998.
No, I think that the conversations, for me, we thank the president for the amnesty, but our prisons are choked.
Yeah,
that's the real truth. I did a research into the prisons about a year and a half ago and realized that our prisons are choked.
That's when you spoke on governance and security.
Yes. I mean, and I realized that our prisons are choked. And so
when you were riding the elephant.
Oh God. Oh God, these two gentlemen. Prof, you have to come to my rescue.
Well, facts are sacred, aren't they?
Our prisons are choked. We've had some very difficult challenges in the prisons, and I think that for the Ghana Prison Service, we must commend them for the works that they have done over the years. And government must turn particular attention to infrastructural works in the prisons. It's really challenging and a big concern. Even with our prison cells at the various police stations, we realize that sometimes there are people that are there on remand and they can stay there for some number of months before they are even sent to any of these correctional centers.
Right.
And I mean, the pardon is good, the amnesty is good. If you look at the issues that have arisen, people that have been first-time offenders, people that are either breastfeeding, pregnant, good behavior, and all of that is commendable. I think that is standard practice that every now and then presidents have an opportunity to grant amnesty to people that are in the prison cells. But for me, I think that we should have a broader conversations around our correctional centers.
Yeah.
The goal of putting people in prison is to ensure that we have a safe society.
Right.
So that our society does not become too scared that you cannot live in. I've found that people have found Ghana to be a very safe haven and a very peaceful one where you can go for a walk at night and not be scared. And because it's Ghana, it's peaceful. So if people are a threat to the peace that we enjoy in our society and they are sent to prison, they are supposed to be corrected and then come back to join the society. We need to expand our prison infrastructures. In Nsawam prison is overly overchoked. We need to look at the infrastructure at Nsawam prison. We need to look at infrastructure at Osherford prisons. We need to look at our infrastructure at Buster homes. We need to look at our infrastructure across the length and breadth of the country, cut across in our prison cells. I recall that in the past administration, the former IGP had a thought to build the police stations with bricks.
Okay.
And the rationale and the goal was that during the temperature measure that we have in terms of the heat, it would be able to conserve some level of heat and it will be a bit colder in there. I would want to suggest to the new IGP, IGP Yohonu, to consider an infrastructure of brick building for, and when I mean brick, I don't mean cement and blocks. I mean like the bent one. Yes, the bent bricks one. I think we have one closer to UPSA that was built as a model, so that when people are there on remand and they are using those facilities, the human life is important in all of these things. So the amnesty is good. It's important that we expand the conversation, look into our prison reforms. Why do we send people to prison? So that they can have correctional measures. I think that sometime this year, I read a statement from the Minister of Interior asking that they would want to have some persons who are serving sentences in prison going to some agricultural measures. What I realized over the years has been that when people are almost done with their service, they bring them to weed.
The medians.
Yes, they bring them to weed. And when they bring them to weed, they start begging for money on the streets. These are ethics that must not be encouraged over and over again. So those would be my comments on the issue. That we commend President Mahama for the amnesty. I don't know Akrada and Atuesien. I think that Atuesien, I read on the portals as well that he wasn't feeling well. And so if there's a way they can look at him, I mean, because I think that the health is important. Life is only one. Everyone has a family, and people, he's a first-time offender. And so if there are measures that can be looked at it. As for Akrada, I think she's caused too much chaos in this country. And so we would wish her well wherever she is. And we really pray that God would minister to her properly and rightly. And pray that there are other people that are here on the streets that are doing things that are not akin to the serenity that we must enjoy as a society. The requisite bodies must go after them.
Very well. Larry, let me come to you. Out of 1,014 submissions to the presidency by the prison service, the president, upon review with the Council of State, granted this amnesty to 998. I'll give you a breakdown of the beneficiaries. So 787 first-time offenders, 87 inmates on death row commuted to life imprisonment, 51 life sentences reduced to 20-year fixed terms, 33 seriously ill prisoners, 36 inmates above 70 years of age, and then 2 nursing mothers. Do we have confidence that what is expected to happen before they are released to ensure, if you like, a smooth reintegration into society has happened, especially on the reformation that Papa Grave spoke about?
Well, something clicked me when you mentioned the 2 nursing mothers.
Right.
Did it mean they got pregnant before going to prison?
Oh, they got pregnant in prison.
Oh, in prison.
Well, I'm sure it's something we can look into. We don't know what their original sentences are, how many years they are serving, and when they began the service. If we knew this, then we could at least come to some.
Yeah, I'm asking this because then the Agrada, before she was sentenced,
she was asked to go for the pregnancy test.
To go for a pregnancy test,
which is statutory.
Exactly. So in their case, was that done or it wasn't done? If it was done, what was discovered? If it wasn't done, why? Okay.
I think they got pregnant in prison.
They got pregnant.
Let's assume they got pregnant in prison.
That's scandalous, isn't it?
The angel of the Lord visited them like Mary.
No. It's not scandalous. I mean, it's human beings that are gathered together. Relationships can burn.
No, so but
the prisoners are separated based on gender.
Based on gender,
of course. But they have social gatherings. Have you been to prison?
So during the social gathering, things were happening in public
as part of the socialization.
The socialization.
Let's assume they got pregnant.
No, I mean I don't want to assume.
you want to know the facts.
Yeah, I want to test the hypothesis. Maybe through that I can giving a PhD. You know, so I mean, I want to know the essence of that. But I'm saying this more also because I have handled some of these documents before in the past,
right,
where names of the prisoners to be set free were listed. You get it?
Yeah.
So who was committed from, let's say, death row to life. From life to some years, and from years to exactly. Yes, yeah. So all that were listed. And I recall some of those documents happened during the Kufuor years. So you had the names on that thing. Now what that affords you or a family member is that you know that, finally your guy who has been in prison is coming home. So the family will have to prepare itself to welcome him. Again, the society in which he lived and the activities that he did that got him into prison, the society will be very careful of him.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah. So everybody is assured that, hey, your name is there. But I don't know what is happening in this particular case.
Yeah.
Where those names are not available. So you and I can determine whether or not a new sheriff is coming into the area who will be giving us help.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And the absence of that is what has also led to this speculation as to whether or not Agrada, a first-time offender, I hear they call her Evangelist. whether Evangelist.
But you see, the courts do not recognize her as a first-time offender. Recall that she was convicted.
She's been convicted
and fined.
Okay.
She didn't serve a custodial sentence then.
Okay.
She was fined.
Okay.
So it was one of the arguments the prosecutors raised in court, that she's not a first-time offender.
Okay. So, I mean, be it as it may, the absence of the name is what has led us to
speculation.
Speculation. Yeah. And also that Atuasian is also being mentioned in there.
He also, we understand, has secured bail pending an appeal.
Yeah, pending an appeal. So he's been, he's out. I'm sure that is what. But Atuasian's case is quite, peculiar. The man, for the period that he was convicted, never spent even a month or so in prison. He was mostly at 37.
Yeah.
Undergoing medical whatever. Okay. So we need to know the names. Further and better particulars will be allowed. What that does also to the government that is concerned about crime rates is that you begin to check, okay, as to, this guy was convicted based on so and so, but since his release, either the person whose house he attacked has been attacked again or has even been, harmed. So you know that, okay, Tufuor reported Larry Dogbe. Larry Dogbe was convicted. Larry Dogbe spent some years in prison. Since then, Tufuor had his peace. However, since the release of Larry Dogbe, Tufuor had,
I'm living in fear and panic.
Exactly, you are living in fear and panic. We need to know that. Again, this blanket whatever allows prison officials to now be inserting names or negotiating as to who should be put where and so on. So you would have a certain number with you as a government, you have authorized it. However, since you don't have the name, it's subject to every, trading.
Yeah.
So give us the names, let's all monitor. Is Atai part of this? Do you know whether Atai is part of this?
We do not know that.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we need further and better particulars. I mean, for me, the absence of that is too, risky for me to buy into. And I'm saying that in the past, names were given out.
Yeah.
How come in recent years we are not getting this? If you recall, before President Akufo-Addo left office, there was this report that he had granted pardon to Atuasian or some, prisoners. And then a statement had to be issued to deny it.
Yeah.
Now, President Mahama has given it, but then the names are critical. He would also want to ensure that a name is released. In the absence of that, this speculation is going to happen, and people could even twist it to say that, listen, you release hardened criminals into society, and no wonder your crime rate is going up. The police are not on top of their work these days.
You think so?
And so you would want, you don't see the crime rising?
Yeah, we've seen an increase in crime rate. We don't have the statistics to speak of, but based on media
reports, you could see that.
We can.
And so if we are releasing more people who had been to prison for one reason or the other, first-time offender could be anybody. He could be a murderer.
Yeah.
He could be a petty thief. It could be a pickpocket or who comes under. But let's know the names. Let's have the list. Let's confirm whether our cousins or uncles or aunties are all part of that. But more importantly, I want to know about the 2 pregnant women. The nursing, how they got pregnant.
The nursing mothers.
The 2 nursing mothers. Yes, I want to know.
Right.
Or you don't want to know?
Oh, it will be interesting to find out what exactly happened. And when it happened.
And how it happened.
Well, Prof, let me come to you on this amnesty and what you make of it. If, just like Larry said, it's important to know who these persons or these beneficiaries are. But I am looking at how society is prepared to accept these people.
Yes, I like to commend the president at least for the gesture. It is his constitutional right. He has a prerogative to grant pardons. And what excites me is it is a, let me say, a lift up, especially given the gloom over the nation. The timing is good. In this period, we are extending forgiveness to people who are incarcerated. It's a sign of prayer to our departed colleagues and other things. It lifts the nation up. So I'd like to thank the president for that issue. I also think that given the sheer number here, publishing the names is going to be a very daunting thing to read. But I'm sure the names definitely would have gone through serious scrutiny and anybody can get access to them. Yes, I do agree that to a certain degree they should be published. And in some instances, the process of pardon should also take into account the victims. Those probably they offended and went into jail. Maybe if you want to pardon them, it is good to at least get the victims informed whether they see someone who has perpetrated violence against them will not bring back memories or fears that they were harboring. So, for example, if you are somebody who was convicted to life for maybe a heinous crime against an individual, it's good they get to know that, okay, this fellow is coming up, and or do you even want this fellow out? But I can guarantee that the Council of State was involved in this, and given the caliber of people there, you have, of course, you can't forget Justice Sophia and Co. These are legal luminaries who understand the nitty-gritties of these issues. They would have done due justice and due diligence to the issue, and I believe that we won't have anybody walking the streets that is a danger. But first-time offenders, it really shocks me that our legal system tend to send first-time offenders sometimes for very petty crimes to jail, and that is what is crowding out our system. We need to
have an issue with that tag first-time offenders. Perhaps it should be first-time convicted, because you see, maybe the person has been engaging in it. This is the first time that they've been arrested and convicted.
Yes, but it's still doesn't take away the fact that that's the first time they've been convicted. Or they've been if we were to take that into consideration, then a whole host of people in a certain industry will be in jail because they are maybe many of them are walking out because they've never been caught. They've not broken Commandment 11. It doesn't apply to only thieves. It applies to a group of people. I haven't mentioned any names. No, I haven't said any. So let's look at it this way. But sometimes you send chicken thieves to jail, goat and plantain thieves, and then they go crowd out the system. And our penitentiary system needs a whole lot of reform. Yeah. Because it emphasizes the punishment rather than the reform. People have come out of jail in other places to become key drivers of change. They've acquired very good skills and they can easily reintegrate into society. In our cases, they come and then they become burden to the society to their relatives. And so that is where I am worried about. Of course, Larry is interested in how the other two got pregnant. The question didn't cross my mind. But I was also thinking, I think in some jurisdictions they have some coital rights. That your partner can visit you in jail and they give you somewhere that you get laid up and then they go. So I don't know whether we have that system. I don't know whether we have that system in. If we do not have that in Ghana, then those questions are interesting. Could it be that maybe some prison wardens got two people impregnated and now free them to come and raise their children? We need to know how our system that happened. But at least we still have to congratulate them for giving birth in prison and for the sake that for the fact that we don't want an innocent person to grow up in jail, I think we must commend the president. But let's also go through all our jail systems and ensure that every person who is nursing a kid and their crimes are not that heinous, we let them go. But beyond that, let's work to ensure that we don't have maybe prison births again if we know that it will lead to these people getting free and maybe irrespective of their issues.
Well, one thing that bothers me a lot, and for which reason I agree with Larry on the need to publish their names so we are aware of, is the issue of persons on remand. Yeah. There are persons on remand in prisons whose dockets for years are missing. Yeah. Some might be innocent, some guilty, but until duly so pronounced guilty by a court.
Yeah. I think the former, Chief Justice, Georgina Wood, started a program like that went quite far. Justice Sofa Akufo continued up to a point. But after a while, I don't think it was that pronounced under Eni Yeboah. I don't know what's happening. So Eni Yeboah succeeded by Tokono, Justice Tokono, whether he continued. But it's key. And then also, you see, the wife of the acting Chief Justice is the head of the prison service. Yeah. So it's a good combination. That listen, the people you guys are jailing is becoming pressure on
taken care of by your wife.
So you guys will have to think through. So why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I saw I've said something.
Like this morning, this morning you are being Larry. This morning you are being Larry.
I have some wild thoughts.
I'm still a mister. Wait until I become a professor.
But you know, Mister is the highest title.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in medical practice, when you become a consultant, you are referred to as Mister.
Oh, okay.
Medical practice, even as a professor. From professor, you rise up to Mister. So it's the highest title.
Okay, so you want to drop your doctor, your PhD?
Oh.
And be like us.
I'm a Mister anyway.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, there was a story of a guy who was committed a crime and then was to be jailed. Then he was asked about, his plea, and then said, "Oh, my lord, I'm guilty. However, I have I have something to say." I said, "Oh, yes, I want to hear you." I said, "You know something, please. I want to go to this particular prison."
Hey, he has an agenda.
Oh yeah, he said he wanted to go to a particular prison. Then they asked him why. He said, "Oh, he was in prison feeling all comfortable and so on." And out of nowhere, President Kufuor had signed, let's say, a pardon or amnesty for him to be let out. And he's out now, and nobody wants to associate with him. And so he deliberately committed a crime so that
to be sent back.
To be sent back.
There are people there who actually don't want to come out.
Thank you.
And the prison system itself needs to be investigated because there's a serious ring in there engaging in all sorts of things.
Okay.
But anyways, we'll look at it. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll move into other issues. Don't go away.
Say nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
From the latest in mobile technology and must-have appliances, Franco has everything you need. Are you looking for a smartphone like iPhone, Samsung, HMD? From cases to protectors, our wide range of accessories add style to your tech. Upgrade yourself with quality and affordable home appliances that makes life easier and comfortable, like speakers, refrigerators, TVs from 32 inches to 100 inches, air conditioners from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower, washing machine, and many more. Get yourself the latest laptop which gives you the high definition video and long lasting batteries. Get yourself our CCTV camera which will give you a high reliability that you need for your home. Find everything you need under one roof with Franco. Franco, the home of quality mobile phones, accessories, and your home appliances.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, let the lights of children.
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday the 31st of August 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television, and we're having the news review segment. Prof. Ayamga Dongo is here. Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa is here. Mr. Larry Dogbe is also here. We're moving into the issue of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Ridge Hospital, where I think in the early hours of Monday morning, we saw a live video by a gentleman, Ralph, I think he calls himself Ralph the Citizen or so. It was quite chaotic, very disruptive if you ask me, very disruptive video from the emergency ward of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, suggesting that an accident victim was not being attended to. There was a lot of chaos in that video. The hospital has responded and alleged that some health staff were attacked. The ministry has also spoken to it and said that an investigation has been launched or will be launched into the same matter. Larry, I'll start with you on this one. The emergency wards, I mean, from the few that I've been to, you always see displayed boldly, no photography, no videos. And for a gentleman to be able to go live on Facebook with his phone and everything, for me raises a number of questions. The security lapses at the hospital, one, and the fact that it disrupts care and the giving of same, because whoever you brought might not be the only one needing care at that moment. There are other patients on admission there and all. So I just speak to me on this matter, this video, and how it appears to you.
I didn't, I couldn't watch the video, but I have read bits and pieces of it. The story hasn't really been clear out there as to what exactly, you know, the situation, you know, was, and how the, you know, I don't want to call him assailant, what he did. So I haven't called him assailant. So what he did. But then I've read the statements from the ministry. I think that it's unfortunate that we'll have to get to this level. Now, when I'm in a hospital, it's one of my weakest points in life. I'm desperate. I mean, the distance between life and death is very thin in the hospital. So I'm expecting that my privacy should be protected as much as possible. That is why doctors or nurses are not allowed to divulge, you know, information about people's health. It's, you know, a total secret.
Confidentiality.
That has to be done. Now, so in most cases, security is so tight. Because again, through that, once you are weak or you are vulnerable to anybody, one of, you know, your fierce enemy, he could walk into that hospital with a gun or with a knife and then, you know, and do whatever to you. So nobody is even supposed to know where I am. You check permission, you know, you seek permission if I have to, and then, so there are visiting hours and all other things like that. Medical people are supposed to come and give you medication when the time is up. But to have let the system so loose that this guy could come in and do whatever he did in the ward, exposing people.
Other people who had no business.
Yes, who had no business whatsoever. Was totally uncalled for. And so, like you said, we need to check whatever security arrangement there are as far as the hospital is concerned. Beyond that, when you fall foul of the law, something has to be done to you. I don't know what the protocols are on, intruders into hospitals, what they are supposed to do. The system said they are investigating and then to do whatever they need to do. But meanwhile, they had condemned what he had done. But having said so, you see, when people are desperate, they resort to many things. As I said, the distance between life and death in the hospital is very thin. And if it's it was an emergency situation, an accident had occurred, and this guy is brought before you, or whoever is brought before you to treat the person. Sometimes when you are responsive to whatever is happening, people know. Common sense is common. Okay, to the average man. So he will know that you care, and then you are moving on, and then, trying to do something desperately to save a life. But if you are just sitting down, like a desical, people will start making calls. Loved ones will be, desperate. Loved ones will be desperate, and they will resort to anything whatsoever. Years ago, we heard about, people moving from hospital to hospital, and then, security men were the one telling them that, hey, there are no beds here.
The no bed syndrome.
Yes, and in the process, the person dies on the way. That same hospital, if a medical doctor had come, they will find a bed. if a relative of that medical doctor had come, we'll find a bed, we'll find whatever it is to treat the person. We have sat on this table and time without number talked about how elsewhere, when let's say a dog or a puppy falls into a gutter, everything is
entire
deployed.
response team.
Exactly. But here, okay, and in the process, that life is lost. If we don't care about the most vulnerable of the living organisms, we won't take the most important seriously. And so it becomes like, one of them. Right. And we've had people say, where they are, Obewu, Monjano, this thing. And when you begin to talk like that, so what are we building all these hospitals for? I mean, UGMC there, Reach Hospital there, Kolebu over there, La Agenda, which one? 111 and all that. Were they just, for the audio or sound bites? The orientation must also change.
Yeah.
The orientation must also change. I mean, without that, I mean, I've had people mention particular hospitals that, this particular hospital, when you go, you die. So when it happens, don't go there. Go to this other hospital. Don't go here, go there. When you go there, you die. And so when you make a mistake and take your relative there, they are just watching the time for you to call them and say that, Charlie Okanyo, my dad is gone or my mother is gone. We don't have to take life. We should take life seriously. Nurses are complaining that they don't have jobs. When you give them jobs, doctors are complaining that they've been trained, taxpayers' money. At the point when they are desperate to enter, they throw all that in. However, when they enter, they become, gods that must be worshipped.
Right.
It's becoming one too many.
Very well.
Maybe the attack will change something.
We hope so. I mean, some of these things, they serve as reminders and help us reform. Prof, to you, I mean, Larry has touched on a number of issues, but I can single out about 3 things. The security labs, as I have mentioned, the attitude of the health workers, which may have allegedly incited whatever transpired, and then the response from the gentleman. Then there was a great number of people in the ward at that time. I found that quite disturbing, because we've been told that the health professionals themselves need to be in a particular state of mind to be able to deliver the care they are supposed to deliver.
Prof, don't forget about the recent strike that they won.
Yes, you see, Larry said something but didn't just drive it home well. I think we need to separate the provision of health infrastructure to building an effective health system.
Yeah.
We more or less are concerned about the infrastructure, the procurement that is involved with it, and then we tend to spread that across the media and celebrate ourselves. But when we finish and we commission them, we do very little to make them actually effective health delivery centers. And that is the key problem here. But regardless of what happened at the Ridge Hospital, there is no room for violence in a place that is supposed to be a place where people go to recover, to receive treatment for pain. It doesn't matter what happened. There should be processes and procedures for addressing shortcomings within the system rather than visiting violence on any person. So I condemn that fully, that it is uncalled for and the culprits need to be sanctioned. As you mentioned, the security in the hospitals must be improved so that you don't have too many people entering the triage area. And but you can see this is a country where you go there. In other places, when you bring somebody at the point of death, they'll tell you, oh, the relatives move away and the nurses and the personnel take it over from there. Here you have to be there. Somebody has to be there. So the crowding is because our health system is not able to provide health care without a relative helping also. So this is where the challenge comes. But you see, if you look at our hospitals, first, there are the infrastructure or the inventory management issues. When I read the story, I heard it was over gauze or something. gauze or is it cotton? And I was like, this is serious. But it is true. You get to the hospitals and these things are not there.
Yeah.
The inventory management systems in our hospitals are problematic. So something is already not there. You have the financial issues there, the National Health Insurance not being up to speed in terms of how it pays bills and the time it used to paying them. So there's always the hospitals having to rely on internally generated funds to procure these things. Then there's the other thing, which is the human element of it, that along all the streets on the hospitals, both sides, you have pharmacies and clinics and everything, mostly owned by people working in the hospitals
Labs.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, and labs. And when you get there, they tell you go and buy it. And the go and buy it is creating demand for things that they are selling.
They'll direct you to a particular place to buy from.
People just get to see this, and it only heightens the anger of a relative that has brought somebody at the point of death, and you are seeing it as a business opportunity. So they get very angry. But I'm not going to discount and I'm not going to defend any health worker here, because some are very good. I can tell you some dedicated to your work. But you get to the clinics and you have nurses having iPods on, or what do you call it, earbuds on, and on social media. And when you are calling, they think you are a distraction. And this is where you have some people overreacting and doing things that are not worthy of saying or even describing in public. So those are the problems. But do you have any clear-cut procedure where you use to discipline people? Because if I report somebody and you do nothing, then they report again, chances are that people will take matters into their own hands. And that is where we don't see our health system being responsible and accountable to the people. You have people violating their code of ethics, their code of conduct, and nothing happens to them. It is taken as business as usual. So people get abused, and sometimes you get to the hospital and they give you prescribed wrong medicine and all those things. They happen, and you can't do anything about it. If you report, they tell you we'll investigate, nothing happens. In other places, these are very serious legal, this will have very serious legal ramifications if you do that. But in our system, those procedures are not well developed, and that is why we have these problems. But regardless of the problems we have with our health system, no one should take the law into his or her own hands, enter a health system and attack somebody working to save lives. Sometimes they are overwhelmed. Their salaries may not be good enough, so they have to combine 3 or 2 jobs. They work from this hospital, go here, when they close. So they are already exhausted. So the systemic challenges make it very difficult for them to respond the way we want. But that is not a whole brief for any health worker that is unethical. Sometimes they are really, really disgusting to watch, especially if you have a patient or a relative needing support. You go and see people lying down on the floor there, and the nurses are taking their time and walking, and that is a key challenge here. So I agree that yes, we need to punish the culprit, but we also need to do some soul searching and make sure that anytime we commission a hospital with all the pomp and pageantry, we make sure that we put inside it an effective health delivery system.
Very well. Doc, let me come to you.
Che Guevara once said that the revolutionary is guided by a true feeling of love. You get it? Love.
Original Shegu.
Yes, would have led this person to do whatever he did. But it's your love for the country, for the love of the job, you know, helping you to do the right thing. Medical negligence. I mean,
that's what I was coming to. We've had so many cases of medical negligence. We've had the GRNMA say there are about over 1,000 nurses who have graduated since 2022, 2023 and have not been posted. But when the postings happen, we get too many complaints about some of these things. But should it warrant such a reaction as we have seen and heard?
Nana, you know I have a lot of history with Ridge Hospital.
I do,
Oh, you do?
I do. I have a lot of history with Ridge Hospital.
Nice ones.
Very good ones. Very good experiences. He would recall when himself and Frema interviewed me after my COVID experience. I had COVID for 30 days, and Dr. Depa told you that I died. So if I'm here, I'm a living testimony of some of the very good work that I helped.
You are not a ghost.
No, I'm not a ghost. Living testimony of some of the very good work that our health practitioners go through. Let's take it through a process, okay? Because I've visited a lot of hospitals in this country. Rich hospitals, emergency is at the back end of the hospital. So when you enter into the hospital, it's not at the frontal area of the hospital. You need to drive through to the back end of the hospital, and that's where the emergency is. When you hear the word emergency, it's a clear indication that it's an emergency. And so the emergency doctors, the emergency nurses, everyone that works within the emergency unit has been trained to be able to handle emergency. It is very wrong for a family of a patient to assault any health professional, because you don't have the requisite skills to be able to handle the emergency that you have brought, which is why you have brought the emergency to the hospital. And so adequate respect is important for you to accord to the health professional that is going to attend onto the emergency that you have brought. For medical practitioners, it's important that we always remember that they have gone through a period of studies. An accident has occurred. There are very important parts in internal medicine in a human being that is critically important. If your heart is failing, then you're almost about to die. But if you have had an accident and broken a leg and some part of an artery is not too injured, and they are taking time to ensure that they gather the requisite people to come around the table, you may not have the understanding as a non-medical personnel. And so you will not understand why maybe there are some delays, but there are conversations always going around. I am always aware that there are conversations always going around. In an emergency situation, it is important that the emergency doctor, the emergency nurse, the health practitioners have been trained not to panic. But you, who is a non-medic, will panic. And so you react in a way that you're not supposed to react. I think that much has been said around the table about the security. Sometimes when you take in family persons, it's important that we advise everyone that when you take in family persons, have the hope and trust in the medical professionals that you're handing over these issues to. And I think that as we discuss this on the platform as well, it's important that we encourage the medical practitioners, because emergency runs 24 hours and it runs around the clock. I mean, I know they do an 8-hour turner every now and then when people come in. We condemn the actions that happen. It shouldn't happen. When people have accidents and they enter into an emergency unit, the emergency doctors will attend to them. They are either gathering people to make sure that they attend to it so that it can be able to arrive at a requisite end. Look at it very well. People, and as we look at this as well, we need to also look at how we handle patients. And we need the medical professionals to do a lot more social training to the non-medical professionals to be able to handle patients, because how you handle patients getting them to the hospital is critically important to how their survival will be even when they are in the hospital. And so the conversations for me must always, I like to always broaden the conversation. Okay, the young man who reacted in the manner in which he reacted, and I'm sorry to go into this extent, sometimes beyond the love, we need to also check the psyche of the people. Okay, we need to check the psyche of the people that are carrying family people into the various hospitals. Why would you want to assault a health professional? A health professional has a right to defend himself or herself, and a health professional has a right to ensure that they attend to your ward. The reason why you must always be nice to health professionals is that, look, like Larry said, when you are sick, it's between life and death, and so you must appeal. Even though they have been trained to be able to take care of you, you must appeal to ensure that the proper care is given to your patient that you have brought. Emergency in the various hospitals that I've seen, we need to look at the emergency bed system. At Rich Hospital, I don't know how many beds they have at the emergency, but at my last count, which was about maybe 4 years ago when I was there, I think that is not too big. I mean, I don't know if they would have about 50 beds in the emergency, but we need to look at the emergency units in the country. When people are in emergency, they are in critical care. They are either on oxygen. There are some surgeries that are done at emergency because you need to stabilize the person before you move the person from emergency to a stable place, either ICU or any of the wards, to be able to take care of them. And I would want to use this opportunity for all of us to look at our emergency system in the country. Once you send your patient, who is receiving the patient at the emergency unit? Okay, as we watch it in movies, as we see it outside of this country, who is receiving the patient at the emergency unit? When you also send the patient, where is the family supposed to be?
Right.
So that you don't need to walk into the emergency unit. I find it extremely troubling in this country where we have non-medical persons patrolling in and out of emergency. I find it also extremely troubling why we allow patients to be visited at emergency wards. In this country, we have patients being visited at emergency wards. And I find it extremely troubling. I've also recognized in recent times that people are discharged from emergency ward straight to the house. I find that very troubling. You don't find it anywhere standard practice around the world where people are discharged from emergency straight to the house. I don't want to name any hospital because I don't want to put any hospital in trouble. But patients are moved from emergency to ward for them to be stabilized. Then you can discharge them. I recall when I was discharged, when I recovered from COVID in 2021, and they asked that I go home. Dr. Nipa said that I was not fully discharged. And so I was fully discharged after a week after my review. And so there are patients that are out of the hospital that are not fully discharged, but you will be fully discharged after your review. So it's important that we look at that. When you are sick at emergency unit, please, doctors, medical doctors, superiors that are looking after hospitals, I don't know the practice, but I think it's awkward for you to discharge patients from emergency ward. Move them to the medical wards where they are stabilized, where people can visit them. I also think that it's wrong for you to allow family members to visit patients at emergency ward. Emergency ward are not places where non-medical people should go. It's clearly for medical practitioners, it's clearly for doctors, for surgeons, for specialists, and not for family people. Once you bring your family there, you're supposed to leave them in the care of the caregivers. And then when they move them to the ward, you can visit them.
Very well, thank you.
Quickly. We have a situation where, for instance, our ambulance system, elsewhere the ambulance will bring you and then hands you over to the medical officials. Again, we have a situation where, I mean, this thing where most often the hospital doesn't have certain medication and so on, and so they ask a family member to be around. Go and buy from this, go and buy this medicine and bring. And then food for the sick. Most of the hospitals, I'm not sure they provide food for the sick.
It has to be brought in.
It has to be brought in. And then also where, like we said, vulnerable. You can solve yourself anytime. And you need a family member to be around to, go and take care of that, your clothes and then bring it. So I think the system as we have here encourages, family members to be around, whether emergency or, just
somewhere
OPD.
in the Volta region, we're told in one of the facilities, they'll tell you there's no blood, but go and see the security man.
There's no blood, but what?
Go and see the security man.
Well, the security
man knows how to get you blood.
So again, blood comes in here too.
He's a purveyor of blood.
So there's no, we need blood, you have to gather, call family members and so on. So.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen. We're just about wrapping up, but there's a quick one on the GTech issue. We've been referred to a number of sections in the Act, the 1023, Section 7I, 82C, 84D, and E, and we're told that it specifically provides guidelines on the functions of the GTech regarding certifications. We're told that Sections 8, 4D, and E specifically mandates GTech to do what they are doing currently.
We are grateful, but they should do the other things as
very
well.
Very well.
I think that, you see, there are so many people in this country using PhDs, using I won't say fake, but either
questionable.
Questionable, let me put it that way. And they are left. GTech know many of them. I don't want to mention names. I'm sure people on this table know people.
GTech has just issued a statement condemning the use of fake titles.
Yes, it's widespread. So when you now tend to go after exposed public office holders, that is where I think there is this double standard here. There are some people that are above the law. You don't go after them, and you go others. I don't think it is the right way to go.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Professor Michael Ayamga Dongo, he's the Deputy CEO from the EPA. Larry Dogbe, editor of the Herald newspaper, and Dr. Palgraves Boache Dankwa, a member of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. I am Nana Tufo Boate. Many thanks for your time. Breakfast Daily continues after this.
Me pay so dear be jammy. Sister me dad dear be chibiana me am shishimi. Akuda ida. Me many tea or somebody me sakana me say. Me ida so tea. Sika, sit there so the moon. Juju so mo. Bag the ho dia. Me be free. So what you say bag na ma. One na me show. Wow. Say me nyakwan fo bi e fa na mo sori o.
In Ghana, West Africa, the mornings are somewhat, if not for the perfect companion. What a good day to start. Another day. It's always smiles knowing we are together. Ooh, what a feeling. Work is always effective with NASCO home appliances. If it not be you, then who go there? Classic home appliance for the fisher folks. Elijepa ewa Nasco fie. Nasco, bring home happiness.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here. Sign here and here, and now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint, and I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
I'm here with the sassy, saucy Akle.
Cook Anwamu.
So all this was from Anwamu?
Yes. When I was 17, I ran away from home and went to Lagos. And for like 2 years, my father didn't hear from me.
You did what? I haven't heard anybody talk about frying plantain and salting it in this way before. Like you cut it and you let it marinate. I love it.
You let it sit for a while.
Wine and go down. Wine and go down.
Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say. Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say.
Let me ring that bell, and me and you get started. So let me tell.
Ashie tataleo, baby tatali, no more buy you tatali, a baby tatali, no more buy you tatali.
Do you see Tatali here?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
All right, it's a beautiful morning and you are welcome to Breakfast Daily. In case you're just joining us, this show actually started at 7 o'clock a.m. with Nana Tufo-Boateng. And right now, Philip and I are going to be taking you throughout the day, and I hope you are ready for us from now till 11 a.m. Anyway, if you didn't hear me, my name is Chris Carter.
And I am Philip Nihlate, and we are ready to go now. Second half of the program from 9 to 11. And we still want to thank you out there for making the Literacy Challenge 2025 a very successful one. Yesterday, Chris, I had conversations with the winner, first runner-up and second runner-up, and also the winner from 2024. It was fantastic. You could just tell that the Literacy Challenge has really broadened the horizon of these children, and they are willing to go every height as a result of the competition that they participated in. But if you are a ward out there, you are also a guardian and a parent, the three of you should come together. If you've not yet participated in the 2026 edition, which will be coming, or in the of the Literacy Challenge, the 2026 edition that will be next year, will be fantastic as well. So you should make sure that you be part of the 2026 edition of the Literacy Challenge. Congratulations to everyone that participated in this exercise, and we say that also a big thanks to our sponsors, Belmo and GB Assessment.
Right.
You gave me Belmo yesterday.
Yeah.
It was mwah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh Lord.
Did you drink it or you gave it to your kids?
I gave it to them.
You see? Don't tell me you finished everything here.
I gave it to them.
Oh, Philip. Oh, Philip.
We were moving in the house.
Anyway, I think Belmo is a very good drink.
Yeah,
it's a very nutritious
very nice
drink.
one. Yeah.
And also, we'd like to remind you that the This Is Ghana exhibition is right in the corner. It's going to be happening from the 6th of September to the 7th of September 2025, 10 a.m. each day at the Efua Sutherland Children's Park. So this is actually one of the biggest platform to exhibit all your businesses, especially homegrown businesses, innovations and services, and everything that you want Ghana to see that you offer when it comes to services or products. This is the platform for you to be, and I hope that you are not going to miss it for anything. Last year was big, and this year promises to be bigger. Of course, you can see that we've moved it to Efua Sutherland Children's Park, so you didn't want to miss this at all. So if you're local SME or startup, homegrown business, innovation, indigenous corporate body, and you have a service or actually a product to offer, this is the best place for you to showcase those products and services on. And you can call the number 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. We want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, MTN, Side Hustle, EcoBank, Build, and Trillium.
And we keep saying that you need to have information, and to do that easily, you need to get the Channel One News app on your phone or in your palm. It's just very easy that you just go on Google Play Store, download this app, and we are good to go. Every information that we post on our website or any of our social media portal, you would be able to get access to it, and you'll be well informed. Well, let's move straight into the trends. Right. This is exciting that President John Dramani Mahama has moved to Japan, and will continue to Singapore. But after the president has left, there are still conversations around his travel. Yesterday it was trending. The means the president used to Japan. Did he use a private jet? Did he use Emirates, whatever, what have you, and all that? Yesterday on Eyewitness News, the Otafo Member of Parliament, Eko Vincent Asifwa, is arguing that although the government communications minister, that is Felix Kwachio Fosu, has indicated that the president flew on Emirates, he doubts the entire presidential delegation used for the commercial flight. It's something that is trending. It's been trending from yesterday. We'll be bringing you updates on that and how it's faring on social media. But just to bring you some update on social media, for instance, from Dr. Fred, says that Otafo for, well, I really want to read this one. From this one says that Vincent Kwasifwa yesterday also wrote on his essay. Yesterday I had the privilege of serving as, oh really? This is what he wrote after he came in to ask for the details of the flight. Chris, it's just an interesting one. Let's bring you this one to Dr. Fred. Says that, you see why I always say that going from late Dr. Antonia Kotua said to you, Vincent Kwasifwa, as an MP, no, I wouldn't want to use this one. Well, it's just trending on social media. It's just that
But what are your thoughts on these issues? For me, okay, for me,
I think that once the government communications minister has come out to say that this is what the president used to travel to Japan, I think that case closed. Because if you do not have the requisite document to prove your point that the president used a private jet and it's costing this, it's costing that, and at the end of the day you can't prove it, because see, the details of the game here is evidence.
Right.
If you do not have evidence, do not proceed. Like it's been said, just come back, apologize that maybe I misled the public, and probably I've apologized, but the details I want from the government side should be A, B, and C. And there's also been another conversation or a side of the story from Stan Dogbe, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of operations, also coming after Kwasifo and all that. I don't think that was also palatable on social media.
I feel like these are people that we are supposed to be looking up to. Do you understand? And it's very... it's funny, it's weird at the same time that some people who are supposed to be giving out right information when we are talking about the issue of, you know, false informations and trying to disseminate informations and trying to put informations the right way, are coming out to give informations that are not right. Because I found it very, very, very weird, and it irked me so much that after putting out such statements on Facebook, the next day or the next morning we saw the president in church. We saw him in church.
The statement he put up, I think, was earlier in the day, but the president was in church in the morning for the Thanksgiving service of the late Dr. Edward Omani Boama. But that's interesting. Let's see how this one is going to unfold on social media in the coming days. And also, I think that the two parties, the Deputy Chief of Staff and also the MP for Otafo Eko Vincent Asifwa, please, maybe you just maybe have to be mindful of some of the things you're using on social media, so it can help the entire public. Well, this one too from Agradizi. Yesterday, there was an interesting one from the president. Says that amnesty has been granted for some 999 prisoners from 1,014 who were recommended to him. The convicts have not been named. On Eyewitness News yesterday as well, Umaru Sanda Amadu was asking whether some prominent people have their names in there. But from what the communications minister indicated is that there aren't numbers or there aren't names yet that have been mentioned. That will come from the prisons. So on the screens you can see President John Dramani Mahama has, upon the recommendation of the Prison Service Council in consultation with the Council of State and in accordance with Article 72(1) of the Constitution, granted amnesty to 998 prisoners out of a total of 1,014 recommended. So you can see the category there. First time offenders, 787. Also death sentence to be commuted to life imprisonment, 87. Life sentences to be commuted to 20 years definite term, also 51. Seriously ill, 33. Over 70 years irrespective of offense, 36. Nursing mothers, 2. And petitions, also 2. We understand that Agrada falls in the first time offender. I don't know how that is going to turn out to be, whether she's going to be part of it or not, but we are yet to see if really Agradizi is part of that or not. You know Agradizi?
Yeah. And you know, this morning Larry was asking about the nursing mothers.
Yes.
And I don't know how it works here in Ghana, but you know, in some prisons, like they don't mind if you're pregnant. You will actually be there.
You serve the entire time?
You will serve the entire time. And I am talking from first-hand experience, not myself, but a very close friend. But was not in this country. It was in Burkina Faso. And her own was a bit politically linked because she was dating the president's son. So when they caught them, she had to go to prison with the pregnancy. They knew she was pregnant.
But she still went.
Gave birth in prison.
That should be a very nice prison, I think.
So she it's a very, very bad prison.
Whoa.
She gave birth in prison, and now she has an NGO that helps women in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. So we have some comments on from X. We will read them for you. So this is coming from a Black Wall Custom Garage. Says that
Mama Pat know the inside. I had to read it like how I saw it.
Yeah.
And how I imagined it was how Mama Pat know the inside.
You just read it like that.
Yeah. So this one from Hassan. Nice move to decongest our prisons. I think that's a very good thing too. The prisons are very full. And Ghana must move forward. So by next month, it will be full again. Just build a new facility. Well, if we keep on building prisons, do you think it's a good idea building prisons, though?
Well, we are people going there, humans.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't give them sort of a condition or an environment that wouldn't reform, but rather would harden them. Because you are going there to sort of be reformed or be like a better version of yourself when you were out here. But if you are going in there and you come back and you are worse than what you were when you were outside, I don't think that it's appropriate. So,
yeah, I actually watched the documentary. I think it was on either CBS or BBC, where the people that are meant to be the hardened criminals, the ones that are serving really long term and serving the very hard terms, they are allowed to be visited by their families, in the sense that this thing is all recorded for us to see. So their families come with them and they stay over the weekend with them. Yeah, so they give you a room and everything for you and your family.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So basically, what they're doing is to condition the person to get better. To say, you're in prison, but this is your family, these are your children, this is your child. Do you want to get better or not? Because they have the children asking them questions and all that. So you see some of these men, you see them crying like babies. You literally see them crying like babies.
Yeah,
so I think it's a good way to condition them to, instead of becoming hardened, they should be human.
But I also understand that there are some people who go there and they actually have farms. So
farms?
Yeah, have farms there at the prisons. Maybe you'd have to visit in some prison or any of those. Maybe we'll just go there, not on a tour, but just to also go and understand how they operate there. They have farms that they know that
on a tour.
the maize farm that I help to really put up. If I leave, who is going to cultivate the maize? So I'll have to stay there for a very long time. But I think that, and also the new, the prison's head, I've interviewed her before, Madame Patricia Patience Bonnet. She was heading the James Camp prisons, and she was doing a very fantastic job by ensuring that these prisoners at least get some skills so that when they move out of the prisons, they are able to really get into the society easily. But anyway, let's move on from this story and bring you what was happening at Ridge Hospital for this week. Ridge Hospital has been in the conversation for some time. The Ministry of Health has strongly condemned an attack on health professionals at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital Ridge, describing the incident that happened there as an aggression that threatens the safety of healthcare providers and patients. This follows a circulation of a video showing relatives of a patient and some health workers engaged in an altercation at the hospital's emergency department during an emergency case. I think we have a snippet of the video we can show you so that you can see there. We understand that the ministry has condemned the incident, and yesterday the health minister also visited the facility.
Yo! Charlie! Yo! So nobody is doing anything. Obi, check. Wabet, you pay about more than 30 minutes. So, Nipo do Obi Nasu or do Obi Nasu hospital. Are we human beings at all? Are we human beings? What do you me say? Obi be too akura we mo baby. Doctor Bia, nurse Bia. The baba besra wo fie. I have been bleeding for the past 1 hour. Nobody is responding. Nobody is attending to you until you make noise and somebody come and call you and say, Brian, you go and tie the thing and nobody is attending to you. Somebody has been here for 1 hour. The person has started gasping in the hospital. Charlie.
So that's what happened at the Ridge Hospital. We understand that the gentleman who did this filming is called Raf, and he was part of a Democracy Hub when they embarked on a demonstration to protest against Galamsey. That is last year. But there are some comments that we will share with you what you are making of this thing that Raf went there to do. Chris.
Well, it's I don't know. It's actually hard to describe my feelings right now, because at the end of the day, from what it looks like the people are not working. The nurses and the
but you don't go in there and shouting.
Exactly. So, and the other side, so it has two angles to it. It might look like they're not working, but on the other side, some of these people have been there since morning. They're humans too.
Yeah, so the nurses, some of them may have been tired.
Maybe, do you understand? So would you prefer a tired person?
But it's not an excuse, though. I think that it's like someone saying that you're not doing your work, and another person is very aggressive, telling you that you're not doing your work. So there should be some sort of an investigation that has to be weeded into this. Whatever the issue is it that at that time they didn't have a medical officer on duty, or they didn't have a health practitioner on duty, someone who has to take care of that individual that they brought to the facility or that. So, but I don't think that going there and shouting and all that.
And also the issue of everything wanting to be on social media.
Yes.
Another
big one.
You understand? I wouldn't want to say he was clout chasing, but at the end of the day, we should realize that we need to also protect people there. Maybe the person that didn't want to be shown on TV. Maybe the person
for Raf, if you know him, you know him. some comments you want to share with you. So this one says that you can't make a video in a hospital. People privacy are being violated. I think I saw when you look at the full video, you would see that there was a patient there who actually stood up from his bed, sick bed, and was like telling the gentleman, please calm down. It's not appropriate. We shouldn't be allowing this. If you have another comment, what is going on here is that the nurses on duty are afraid to attend to the patient, or they are waiting for the
main
doctor to come and perform
his or her duty.
That's a question.
Yeah. So it could be that.
Let's see how the ministry is going to bring the full details of this. The final one on this says that the state of emergency in our hospitals need to be talked about, Charlie. Well,
like I said, it's a two-way sword.
Yeah.
It's a two-way sword. You understand? You cannot say anyone was wrong. You can't say anyone was right. Because at the end of the day, people go to the hospital because they need to be attended to. And when it looks like you are not attending to them, in as much as we're looking at this video, some of us have experienced some of these nonchalant attitude of health workers. That's the truth.
So you go there, the health workers are not even bothered about it.
You understand? So that's why I say it's a two-way sword. It could be from the part of the health worker, and it could also be from the part of you just not understanding that there's a lot of pressure on them too.
Anyway, so that is it. But there was a final one from GTech. GTech has been coming after individuals that they say that are using fake title, or they say that you're tired of GTech so soon.
Yes.
Why?
Because especially with the issue with Professor
Dr. Grace
Ayensu. It's
well, lawyers
it doesn't entirely make sense because you need to understand where she's coming from. You need to understand where she's coming from. This woman is coming from America, and in America, a lecturer is a professor, and in some parts of Europe, like even the French side, your teacher is your professor. They call them prof.
Oh,
do you understand? So you should understand where they're coming from.
Well, there was another one too I saw with Hassan Ayaraga. Hassan Ayaraga says that if you cannot prove that I'm not a doctor, he still holds the title, Dr. Hassan Ayaraga. He even says that he's added Alhaji to it, so it's Dr. Alhaji Hassan Ayaraga. Anyway, that's it for today. It's an interesting one for today. Let's bring you the video of the day. Fake it till you make it. If you don't understand, producers, just put the video on the screen again. Let's explain to our viewers. Maybe they didn't pay attention. So look at the woman's heel, right? What she's wearing. The other one doesn't have a heel.
It has come off.
Yeah, but she needs to fake it till she makes it.
I mean, this is the most embarrassing thing to happen to a woman. I mean, if it happens to me, I think
she needs to maintain the same height.
So she's taking one of her leg up.
Anyway, that's the video of the day for you. Raven, this is what we have today. A Raven Afrobeat artist will serenade us, and we start the show. Enjoy.
Good morning, Ghana. My name is Raven, and I literally put out my new EP. It's called Feelings of Raven. This is track 4 on the EP. It's called My Everything. This is a song where I speak about love, that if you find somebody you love and someone who loves you as well, she becomes your everything. That person becomes your world. Yeah. Girl, you be one in a billion, beautiful, and it's not my opinion. See you making me the shouts, yeah, 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 yeah. Me and you only union. Give me on, make up put it on. See you making me the shout, yeah, 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 yeah. Adore. See me, I want to love you, adore. And girl, nobody be calling me for more, yeah. And I be loving you for sure, yeah, yeah. See your door. See me, I want to love you, adore. And girl, your body be calling me for more. And I be loving you for sure. You're my everything. Girl, you be the one I need, I want. My baby say we major. Nobody free to take your place. You're my everything. Girl, you be the one I need, I want. My baby say we major. Nobody
like the stars in the sky. Your beauty shining so bright. My baby girl, you control my mind. It's you when I'm up through the night. And I'll be faithful for life. Every breath that I take till I die. My baby girl, you control my mind. It's you when I'm up through the night. Girl, you be one in a billion. Beautiful and it's not my opinion. See you making me the shout, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. See me and you only in the hand. Give me a hand, make I put it on. See you making me the shout, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say adore. See me, I want to love you, adore. And girl, your body be calling me for more, yeah. And I be loving you for sure, yeah, yeah. Say adore. See me, I want to love you, adore. And girl, your body be calling me for more. And I be loving you for sure, baby. You're my everything. And when I need, I want. My baby said, would you make ya? Nobody fit to take your place. You're my everything. I need, I want. My baby said, would you make ya? Nobody fit to take your place. You're my everything. You be the one I need, I want. My baby said, would you make ya? Nobody fit to take your place. You're my everything.
So that was my everything. The song is called Piano.
From South Africa, yeah, and she dey move like some Latina, yo. She dey rise up for my nigga, yeah, yeah. I be your student, you're my teacher, yo. And baby, make you dey why your waist, oh, and your body day, baby girl, I could like to taste, oh. Say she know one party. Say make her fly, I'm straight to Soweto. How you dey wine to the bass, oh. Girl, you dey make me the grace. When you dey dance on my piano. Piano. Girl, you go kill me, piano. Piano. The way you dey dance on my piano. Piano. And girl, you go kill me, piano. Piano, yeah, yeah, oh, no, girl, you just can't up on my head, oh, my head addicted to your body, oh, so make we take it to my place, what we could do, girl, I cannot say, I mean, for my bed, oh, do crazy things with our head, oh, so make we take it to my place, what we could do, you know I want to play, baby, make you the high your waist, oh, and your body day, baby girl, I could like to taste, oh, say she know one party, say make her fly, I'm straight to Soweto, how you the wine to the base, oh, and girl, you they make me the grace, when you the dance on my piano, piano, and girl, you go killing me, piano, piano, the way you the dance on my piano, piano, girl, you go killing me, piano, no, yeah, piano, girl, I know, dance to your piano, and girl, I know.
So, this final song is called Dear Harriet. It's called Dear Harriet. So on Kim Promise's birthday, I met this beautiful girl. She was so pretty that I wanted to take her number, but my phone was off, and unfortunately her phone was off as well. So I decided to make the song about her. Yeah, so follow my
Girl, I know say you the only one I want. 'Cause I have never been so sure. And I'll be holding in until you knock my door. I leave a space for you in my hands, girl. The perfume that you are makes me miss you more. I don't know how seeing someone for the first time makes you fall. But then I'm falling in love, falling to the core. It's the way you look at me that I adore. Sankaye show being tinshini domu prekope. Yeah, me mama try me say adore you me. Into me shiny bloom, but I'm missing you mama try. Oh, you say me shine now, you buy me pay the perfume that you are makes me miss you more. I don't know how seeing someone for the first time makes you fall. Falling in love, falling to the core. It's the way you look to me that I adore. Yeah, in this life or next, I promise I will keep you right in my heart. Anywhere you did, my girl, I want to be your side. Yeah, but she was talking to the superstars, all those ones with fancy cars. Couldn't talk to her, so I was singing name on these guitars, hoping that you hear this, baby. I know the song is from me. Searched across the internet with hopes to find you, maybe. Hoping that you hear this, baby. I know the song is from me. 'Cause you got me falling off. The perfume that you are makes me miss you more. I don't know how seeing someone for the first time makes you fall. But then I'm falling in love, and I'm falling to the core. It's the way you look to me that I adore. Yeah, neko, nepa, neko, nepa, what, neko, nepa, neko, nepa, what, neko, nepa, yeah, oh, neko, yeah, girl, the perfume that you want makes me miss you more. I don't know how seeing someone for the first time makes you fall. But then I fall in love, and then I fall into the core. Yeah, it's the way you look at me that I adore. Thank you, Ghana. My name is Raven, and that was Here Harriet. Thank you guys for listening to me. Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. We just heard Raven, and he has a great voice. I don't know how ravens sound, the bird ravens. I don't know how they sound really, but this guy really has a good voice.
Chris, before you go on, you said you met Harriet, right?
Yeah.
Your phone was off.
Yeah.
Hers too
was off.
So after, have you been able to meet her again?
No, I've not seen her. It's been 3 years.
3 years.
That's why I did the song. Actually, I said it in the song that I'm hoping.
Harriet, we are looking for you.
I beg you.
Raven wants to see you.
I beg you. I will find you.
Anyway, you can buy it.
Raven, you're welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you very much. Thank
well,
you.
You have a great voice, and your style of singing is, interesting.
Thank
How
you.
did you, grow this talent? How did you realize that, okay, I could sing and I want to work on it, and you're here?
Yeah, so I've been singing for almost all my life. I used to sing at church, and also.
It's nice to know everybody really starts in church. God is doing the work well.
I will say that, just like football, after you're back from school, there is always a place to go and play football and all, but there is not
we don't have that one place where it's an avenue for music for kids, unless church, where they teach us how to sing, and then you have the platform and the opportunity to sing in front of a congregation. So I think that is one of the major reasons why everybody almost starts at church.
But why don't you stay in church? After you've been groomed in church, you wouldn't want to stay there and give back to God what he deserves?
Yeah, so I think that we hear more secular music than we hear gospel songs. Mostly it's just Sundays. But for instance, where I grew up, there was a bar behind my house. So constant music. There was a guy who did mobile money opposite my house. Constant music. And, you know, I think that the church gives you the avenue to showcase that talent. But the amount of music that you grow on as an artist to build your sound, we hear more secular music than we hear gospel music.
All right, so what is your sound?
Afrobeat, high life, I'll say.
Afrobeat, high life. Why Afrobeat, high life?
High life is definitely Ghanaian. Afrobeat is from high life as well. No matter how much you would want to separate the two, they are both intertwined. So once you do high life music, it's very easy for you to lock in Afrobeats as well. So I think once I'm Ghanaian and I grew up on Daddy Lumba. You know, my mom and my dad used to play Daddy Lumba a lot. And it makes it very easy for me to do Afrobeats.
But Chris, if you look at Raven, his outfit is on point.
Thank you very much.
Raven.
How would you describe your style?
Raven and wearing ribbon.
Rhymes. Yeah, my style, like dress.
Yeah, everything.
Crazy. I mean, I like to be crazy. Anything that looks nice, that looks creative, I'm up for it. And yeah, I like to do new stuff, try new stuff out.
You play with your hair a lot, and I see that you put a lot of ornaments in your hair. I've seen some other pictures. There are some ornaments in your hair. How important is your hair to your craft?
Honestly, if I'm being really honest, I wanted to cut it off, if not for my label, but now I realize that it would have been a very big mistake, because when I dropped my first song, I used to put gold in my hair, and now I'm doing the colors, because the EP is a very colorful EP where, you know, I feel like everybody can connect to it, and if kids cannot listen to it, they should be able to listen to see and love the artist. These are ribbons for kids.
They should be interested in the ribbon.
Yeah, so I think that with my hair, I can do a lot of things. You see, it's just locks. If you leave it bare, it's just like any other locks. But then I have the opportunity to put stuffs in my hair, you know. So
this like a natural.
Yeah, it's my hair.
And you've kept it for how long?
3 years.
Oh.
That's nice. That's nice. And now let's talk about your music. So how many songs do you have out there? And would you say you only have singles, or there's an EP, or you're cooking something?
So this is my first body of work. It's called Feelings of Raven. It has 6 songs, so that is actually the number of songs I have out there. This is my first time releasing music and a body of work as well.
And being signed to, you know, Sunny Africa and also
Legacy
working with
Life.
Crux, how is that working for you?
It's been great so far. I was independent for 3 years before I signed on to a label.
3 years. And will we say that those 3 years was actually when you started music?
Yes.
You did it for 3 years professionally, alone?
Yes. Before I signed on to my label for 3 years now again.
So what's the difference?
So being independent, you know, I can clearly see the difference, because the number of opportunities and avenues that the label will provide for me is not the same as the number that I can go out and get for myself. These are people with a lot more experience and know a lot more people who are even in the same industry as they are. So it's very easy for them to, for instance, to get somebody to listen to my song who is up the hierarchy will be a lot more difficult than, say, my boss Qubit say, listen to my boy's music for me, you know, put me in rooms. Sony Music, now I'm speaking to people from outside who are having meetings for my music alone and all of that. So it's been a blessing, and I'm truly humbled and grateful for that.
But how easy or difficult is it climbing up the ladder to be like the A-list artists that we are seeing? Is it easy or is it difficult?
I think it's difficult. Everywhere, every kind of job that you find yourself in is actually difficult, but it takes resilience and working harder than everyone else that makes you successful, because I believe that I fought for this. Signing on to my label, it was a writing camp where everybody was supposed to make one song. but then I made one, sneaked out, sneaked back in, made two, sneaked out, sneaked back in, made three. I made 5 songs that day.
Wow.
So for the producer,
so the writing come by Crux.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember
so
that.
that producer that I worked with, sneaking in and making 5 songs, ended up being the in-house producer for my current label. So I think that everything is difficult, but your resilience and your hard work is what makes you successful. So I believe that we're going to get there. Anybody that's listening, you just need to work extra harder than everyone else.
All right. So where can people find you?
Anywhere on social media. My name is I Am Raven, Raven Raevin, and my music is out there on every streaming platform.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard him. We've been speaking to Raven. And if you like what you heard, which I definitely did, and also if you want to see him grow, go out there and support him. Go stream his music. Raven, I Am Raven. And also follow him on social media, I Am Raven. And then you could be his support system too and watch him get to the top. Anyway, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Ifo Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
So that was an interesting conversation there with Raven, and like he indicated, visit all social media platforms and get in touch with Raven. But we would have to talk about something important from our communities, and someone will ask, why do we keep talking about Ofanko and Sawam Highway, Pokwase and Sawam, Mama Samani Sawam? Yes, that road is a very important road, and if you visit places like in Sawam, you go to Suhum, you go to the eastern region, you go to the Ashanti region, even up to the north, the northern parts of this country, you are certainly going to use this road, which has been in a very deplorable state for a very long time. But fortunately, the contractors, Maripoma Enterprise Limited, after some funds that are received from the government, that's what the government says, these contractors have moved to site. Yesterday, I visited the road earlier, or in the evening. I visited the road in the evening and reported live on CNR, the state or what is going on the stretch, whether motorists are going about their day-to-day activities freely on the road. Though some work is being done on the stretch that we are all praying that will be completed or will not stall again, there are some concerns that this road users are still raising. Mind you, the GPRTU has stated that tomorrow, August 20, they would be embarking on a demonstration or a strike by parking all their vehicles nationwide, so they do not use the stretch again. But when I visited the road, I had conversations with the Member of Parliament for Amasamana. The Amasaman constituency, I can say, bears the brand, like has a bigger portion of the road. Sedema Penyo, let's bring you what he said when I spoke to him yesterday, and he indicated that truly the contractors have moved to site to patch or to fix the deplorable sides of the road and make the road more travelable. After that, we would have some conversations in studio and speak to GPRT if possible, whether their planned strike will still take effect. What is the move like? What is the plan from their side? And what they expect that the contractors will do now that we have this assurance from our end that they've moved back on site.
Sir, you are welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom.
Thank you.
Current situation on the project, what was done over the weekend and today, and what have the contractors been telling you?
Well, as you rightly said, Saturday in the morning, I realized some work was being done here. Sunday, I went to church. When I came back, they were still here working. Today, they've moved to Saperman and then Samsam Junction. I drove to Samsam. I realized that they've done a bit of filling. Saperman, they've done a bit of leveling, or let me say reshaping, and a bit of filling. So what we see now is a situation we've not seen in the past 2 months. I've never seen vehicles drive at this speed in the past 2 weeks. There's always traffic here. So this is actually an improvement of what we saw last week.
And per your conversation or discussion with the contractors, what is the plan for the road in the coming days? And now that the motorists or the GPRTU has given stern warning to these contractors that fix the road, what has been the assurances you've gotten from the contractors?
Well, the engineers I spoke to this morning told me they are hoping to finish this stretch, as in the filling and the leveling of the road, by close of this week. That is, if there is no rain, they are likely to finish this side, move to the other side, asphalt it for us, and then move traffic flow to the other side, and then they can focus on this side and do some work here.
But how has the monitoring been like for you as the Member of Parliament for you? Because I can see that most of the motorists that are passing by keep saying that the road is in a very bad state and it should be fixed. What is your monitoring mechanism like to ensure that the road is made more travelable early?
So I try to get in touch with my minister, the sector minister. I try to get in touch with the engineer. Some weeks back, we actually had a meeting. The 3 MCs that have been affected by this road and myself, we had a meeting with the engineer, and we were assured that something will be done. But then nothing was done till this weekend, when I want to believe money has been paid into the accounts. That is why they are back on the road. But with the assurance they are giving me, I hope we don't see the work stalling again. I hope we don't see it stall. I try to drive here every night to ascertain situation for myself because I have a lot of calls from media houses and I need to tell them what the real situation is. So I drive on this road sometimes 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because that is the only time you wouldn't see much traffic here. So I try to come here, get the real situation on the ground, then I can report to my sector minister and then other media houses who are interested in what is happening on this road.
Over the weekend, we saw on social media that some motorists are using inner roads. So from Insawam, they use the inner road to Pokwase. Can you share with us these inner roads and other plans to do some sort of reshaping for the inner roads to ease the burden on this road as the construction goes on?
All right. So because of the situation here, as of last week, the constituency had started, or let me say the municipal assembly and myself, has started doing reshaping on the outskirts of the roads. So when you are coming from Insawam, you can either use mid-air through Ajinkotoku, Kwashikuma, 3 Junction to Amasaman, or you use Sonitra Road to the Pokwase interchange. Or you can use Samsam Junction through Pokwase, Mayira, and then get to Pokwase. We did that to ease the pressure on commuters because the situation on this road was so bad and we had to create alternative routes and make it better for vehicles that move to and fro this road, use the alternative roads. Yeah.
So with the alternative roads, is it that you've just done reshaping or other plans to eventually do some sort of asphalt on these roads?
Well, we are hoping the roads will be tarred, but for now, what we can do as a municipality is to reshape them for now. I don't think as a municipal assembly we can do asphalting for our inner roads. We will be depending on the road minister when this one is fixed. This is a major problem. So I wish we will focus on this one, finish with this one, then we can tackle the inner roads as well.
But now that the drains also not fully fixed and all that, what is the message from the contractors to immediately finish the drains? Because you understand that when it rains, the water fills up on this road because the drains are not fully completed.
So if you can see, the drains are done, but the filling on the road are not done. So you can see the road is lower than the drain. So there's no way water can flow from the road and get into the drain. They need to do a lot of filling to get to the height of the drain so that when it rains, the water can flow from the road and then get into the drain. He's assured me that for concrete works, they've done about 90% of the concrete work. What they need to do is the filling of the road to meet the height of the drain. And then they can move all of us to that side when the asphalt is put on that side. Then focus on this one and do it as they want the other one to be.
Okay.
So there you saw it. I had conversation with the Member of Parliament for Amasaman, Sedem, who indicated to us that plans are underway to fix the road per what he's been told by the contractors. But the GPRTU, they have stated that tomorrow they went back on a strike. Now that the contractors are back on the road, joining us over phone is the Public Relations Officer for GPRTU, Abbas Imuro, for us to have more conversations on this issue. Abbas, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I trust you are doing well.
Well, fine.
Have you seen the ongoing work on the road or you've just heard about it?
We've seen it. I've seen it.
Per what you've seen, what do you have to say? Is this something satisfactory? Is this something that you wanted and exactly what the contractors are doing?
Yes. Well, that is what we wanted. But yesterday, I strongly believe you share the same sentiments with me that it will be premature for us to come up and say that and say something about it. We intend coming out tomorrow to say whatever I want to say about it, by which time we might have seen a lot of progress on what we wanted. We did not speak about the rare major work, but we said there should be a motorable portion for us to use, because this is the only major road which one can travel from the south to so many of our regions. And the situation on hand was very, 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 very bad. So we are happy. We will even have to, before tomorrow, say we thank the road minister for responding positive to our call.
Well, we are also happy here now that the contractors are on the road. But one will say that this isn't the first time we've seen the projects come to say work on the project has stalled. This isn't the first time. And from where you sit as a driver union or drivers union, what will you have to say to these contractors and the government in general, looking at the kind of burden that this road has brought on your people and yourself as vehicle owners or drivers?
Yeah, that was why yesterday almost all the media calling. We said, yeah, we are happy the contractor is back on site, but we have reserved whatever we want to add to that, because this is not the first time. And as I said earlier, it would be premature for us to be saying something if we really have something to say. But averagely, we are happy the contractor is back on site. We are happy. We strongly believe what he did yesterday, today's work would empower us to say whatever we want to say tomorrow.
What of the issue of continuation? Not halting the project at a point and continuing, and if that is done, how is that going to affect you as a driver union?
Well, when the issue started, they were changing us from left to right, from right to middle, and the work was progressing, and we have no problem with that because of the way they were calculating and shifting us from left, right, middle. If we strongly believe that is how it's going to be done, but at least what happened shouldn't repeat itself. About 15 minutes journey, one has to spend 2 hours. Some of our people went in for a loan for their vehicles, and they have payment schedule, and that is where they work and get their money for the repayment of whatever loan they have acquired. For you, imagine you run from Accra to Sohum and you go 2 times a day. You have a particular amount that you are able to get for a day, and due to the condition, you can access only once, by which means you cannot meet your demands, your daily demands for your loan repayment. What is going to happen to you? What is going to be your future? Etc., etc. The situation was also causing damage to our vehicles as well. So you can imagine what we went through within the shortest possible time. So we played such a thing should not be repeated for us, because some of us, this is what we do. We've been paying our taxes. We've been paying our levies for government also to generate income from what we are doing. So if it breaks down, the government is also going to lose revenue from our side. So we played. If we are to jump this hurdle, this should not repeat itself again.
But also people have raised concerns or argument that one side of the road should be completed so drivers can ply on it easily as the construction is moved to the other side of the road. From where you sit as driver unions, you often use this road. Will you agree with these individuals making this assertion?
I don't see anything wrong with either shifting us from one side to the other while the work is progressing and we are having places where will be more trouble for all road users to use, or dividing the road into two portions, conclude one side, then you shift us to that side, then you get to the other side, whichever way government deems necessary, because government have qualified people on the road who are to inspect and report back to those in authorities. So whichever way the professionals think, because this is a very busy road, you cannot divert the road to any other place.
Yeah.
Like using some portion, shifting to the other side. So we'll play with them. They should use their technical know-how to manage a place for us.
Alhaji Abbas, there is also another big problem. I don't know, because of the nature of the road. Some of your members have increased fares. If you are commuting from Amasaman to Kotoku or places after that place, I understand, should be around 10 Ghana cedis, but they are taking 15 Ghana cedis. And even from Accra to Amasaman, which should be around 10 cedis, they are taking about 20 Ghana cedis. Has this come to your attention, and what is the GPRT doing about this?
Yes, it will be a sin if I say it hasn't come to our notice. It is true, but all this happens due to the nature of the road. See, you have to spend 15 minutes and you have to waste about 2 hours. You have to waste a tin of Milo of fuel. Here you have to waste half gallon. So all this comes with money. Let's hope and pray that the road becomes more trouble. Then they have to reverse to the official fare that they are to take.
But Alhaji Abbas, I thought you tell your members not to do that, or
not to do what?
Not to increase fares that GPRTU hasn't sanctioned.
We are not supporting, but the passengers themselves will call for that. I have to go to Accra from Isawam, and I can't spend 2 hours standing at the same place. But if the driver says I can use Ajen Kotoku through Dobrogono, through some means to Ablekuma, then get back on the main road and take you to where you are going to safely, and you have to top up with something small through the understanding between the driver and the passenger, I don't see anything wrong. But by then, if the place is salvaged, is rectified, and we are using the short road which attracts 1 city or 5 cities, and you are taking more, that is where all of us will have problem with those drivers.
Okay, you just mentioned the Ajen Kotoku Road, the Doblogono area and all that. Do you have problem with the road, or you think that something can be done about the road immediately as the construction on the Pokwase-Nsawam road continues, so that it can ease the burden on the major road?
Yes, this is what our technical men should look for, because everybody using the main road, should anything happen tomorrow on the same main road, where are we going to divert our attention to? This is what should attract our technicians or builders or those in charge. I don't know if it is urban roads or highway.
So this
To
highways.
make sure,
Oh,
to
no,
make sure
the inner roads are with feeder roads, I think.
Okay. This is where they should turn their attention to and make sure we have to get another motorable road through some of these places, so that in case an articulator breaks down such a way that it blocks the whole road, well, what can we do? We can have access through this place, then we join somewhere and drive safely and attend to our businesses.
Okay. Alaji, before you go, your final words.
I will plead with the general public that whenever we come out with something which is legitimate, they should all come out and support it. This one-week ultimatum, we did not mean to hurt anybody, and we did not do that for transport operators alone. We do that for Mother Ghana. All of us are going to benefit from it. This is all that we want to say.
So, per what you are saying, is tomorrow that we will know whether you went back on the strike or not. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Okay. Alhaji Abbas, thank you so much.
Adding yesterday's job to today's job, tomorrow we shall come out positively.
And tomorrow we shall wait for them.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much, PRO, for the Ghana Private Road Transport Union GPRTU, Alhaji Abbas. But Chris, this weekend, I'm thinking of driving your car on that road.
Nope.
Why?
You might need an extra canoe.
They fixed that portion. That portion that the water was, that the rainwater has been fixed. Yesterday when I went there, I spoke to an engineer on the project who indicated to me that work has been done on the road, and true to his words, when I went there, that side has been fixed. Some side has been worked on. You go to mid-year, it has also been worked on. The problem now is with how bumpy the road is, and you can't drive on it smoothly. Others are also using inner roads. For instance, now residents within Kotoku, Doblogono, and other areas are complaining because what they are saying is that now that is being moved from this area, that is the main road, people have now resorted to using the inner roads, and that is also creating another problem.
It will definitely create another problem, because
if you are watching us, you can join us with your message as well. 0204447033. Join us. Maybe if you use the road this morning. See, we need to put pressure on this road. If we do not, we may not get the results that we want, because the central government may have to pay attention to us, which I understand the central government has made some funds available. The contractors would have to pay attention to us. Whichever authority or stakeholder is in charge would have to pay attention to us. Because I remember very well, some time back, my head of news, Vivian Kailoko, sent me a message. We need to do a report on this road too. And I told her that, Madam, this road we've reported several times. But she was like, we need to do it again. And every now and then there are issues coming from that road. If this road is made motorable or is fixed, mind you, commuting from Accra to Isawam will be very short. And even commuting from Accra to Ashanti region would be very short. It's going to cut down travel time, because you're not going to spend about 2 hours that ideally you would spend driving on the stretch all the way to Isawam, just from Ofanko to Isawam. You now cut it down to somewhere 15 to 30 minutes drive on the stretch, which is even more. Then you continue to wherever you have to continue to. Yesterday too, people told me that businesses have actually shut down along the road, because if you are plying your trade or you are doing your business along this road, I won't come.
Definitely.
Yes, even if your hairdresser is there, will you go?
No, never.
Yes, I won't come.
Never.
I wouldn't drive through this and get to your shop and would want to give you money to do business with you. I won't do it.
And then still come back home.
Exactly. And the fact that I have even brought my vehicle to the washing bay in Accra or somewhere around Amasaman or somewhere around Ofankor for the vehicle to be washed, just to drive again on this stretch, and it's in this bad state, I won't do it.
Yeah.
You understand? So there are a number of things that must be looked at, thinking about fixing this road. And if we do not know, we can't hide it. This is the busiest road in Ghana.
Yeah.
It's the busiest because it's connecting two cities. It's connecting Accra and Kumasi. And I keep saying that not everyone would have that money to say, I'm going bar flight. People wouldn't get the money.
Yeah.
And the bigger problem is that our train system is not even functional.
It's not even functioning.
You understand? So if we do not fix this road, it becomes a problem for the entire nation. Landlord countries are also driving through on this road to Ghana, Niger, Burkina Faso, and all that are also plying this stretch to Accra. I can say that even if this road is fixed well, it's going to help our various ports. Because now you are bringing or you are taking your goods from Tema Port, drive on this road, then to Kumasi or to whichever part of the country you'd want to go to. So we wouldn't want to see that these contractors are back. Then it's going to be like a 9-day wonder.
Yeah, and
the
then
media
disappear
house,
again.
we will shout, make all the noise. We go there, take our cameras. We will be excited, and just within a short period of time,
they go back again.
They go back again.
Yeah.
And if they go back again and they do not work, it deteriorates.
That means just you have to start all over again. Whatever you did, you have to start all over
It goes
again.
back to square one. So you would now have to go back again and now maintain the portions that have been destroyed as a result of holding on. Then you'll have to come back, repair the place that you fixed before you continue with the project. I'm very sure that the contractors may have peculiar challenges for which they are not able to move very fast on the road. The government will also have a challenge for which it's not able to see that this road moves on at a very fast pace. Then the other stakeholders that I'm also mentioning will also be having challenges. But
whatever the challenge, I just hope we just come to the middle
should.
and then get it sorted.
We should get it sorted, because if you do not fix this, then we, the people who use the stretch, becomes like we are suffering.
We carry the brunt.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
I do not have the V8 to drive on the stretch. I do not have the Ford F-150. Maybe one day I'll have. Please, I'm prophesying to my life.
Amen.
I do not have the Tundra now to drive on the stretch. But for now, with our Kia Morning or our Picanto, our Vets, we should be able to drive on this stretch so that we can make a living. Chris, that's what I have on this road.
Well, I think like we've all just said, it's important that the stakeholders come together and realize that they are causing a brunt to the people. Everybody's suffering it, even the stakeholders themselves. If they use that road, they will know that they are suffering it. But obviously, some of them, when you're high with a big car, you're high up there, we are down here, and you don't realize what people are going through. So you don't really feel that much of the pain. But yeah, in as much as, we are complaining about this, so many reports have been made so many times. It's important to listen to us and fix this road once and for all. Let it not just be a 9-day wonder, like you just came to excite us and disappear again. Please, now that you are back, please, let's focus on this road and sort it out. Yeah.
Well, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you on the show.
stars come out. Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we are there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Welcome back. We are grateful that you stay with us here on the Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. It's now time for us to talk about something very exciting. I'm sure you are preparing yourself. If not, this may be your last warning that you need to do the needful before the slots gets run out or is finished. This is a Ghana exhibition and fair, which is happening next month. Please. September, we've been talking about, is not far from us. It's just next month. In studio with us is Frema Idunyami, head of events and partnerships, Channel 1 TV and City FM, for us to delve into this deeper. Frema, how are you?
I'm great, Phil. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Super. Now I can see that.
How is it looking like for people who to participate in this? I'm very interested in that because I've seen all city events. Maybe by the time you sleep and wake up, you see sold out.
Yeah, that's correct. And looks like it's going to happen again this time around, because with the numbers that we've recorded as registered companies, we can't take all.
Wow.
That's the fact. We can't accommodate all the people who have registered. So for now, it's strictly first come, first served. Until you've made your payment, you are not safe yet. For the registration, yes, you have done that, but sometimes let me say, for want of a better word, the mistake people make is once I've registered, then I know that even if I can't make my payment then a day before the event, I'm safe. But the thing is, yes, when we start with registration, when we start with the process and you register, you are safe at that stage. But we get to a certain level in the process, and if you have not followed up with your payment, you are not that safe. And that is where we are right now. For those who have made payments, they're extremely safe. So now you can start putting your things together, getting your branding stuff together, because you know that you have a safe spot at the This is Ghana exhibition happening on 6th and 7th of September at the Children's Park. But if you have not made your payment yet, I can't really guarantee
Can't
your
guarantee.
safety. Yeah.
Well, someone is also thinking of making the payment, but the person is wondering, what do I stand to gain at all if I should make the payment, come to this exhibition or fair, put out my product, this is Ghana made or made in Ghana product and all that. What do I stand to gain?
So this is Ghana is for it's a made in Ghana exhibition. It's a sales and exhibition for all levels of businesses, the micro, the small, the medium, the bigger companies, right? And at every stage of your life as a company, there's something you will benefit when you participate in This is Ghana exhibition. You know, for the very small ones, the great thing is we have state institutions that are coming on board. We have financial institutions that are coming on board, telcos that are on board, you know, and sponsors who ensure that if you want to go into any side business or if you've started small, we can help you grow your business. This is what we are offering you, putting all these people at your disposal, plus the many other exhibitors who are also coming, people that you can strike a deal with. So we have packaging companies coming in, we have manufacturers coming in. So you are a very small company, you are looking at how to make yourself and turn yourself into an export company. We have people who are coming to ensure that they give you the quality of branding you are looking for. So the partnership that you can form with other exhibitors coming, and the fact that if it's financial needs you need, we have sponsors there who can help you, take you through. This is what you need to do. There are companies who want to even get a bit of knowledge about how they can export their goods, how they can do ABC and all, and you have no clue where to even start from. This is a platform for you to start. Now, if you're a medium company, you have same benefits, you want to go beyond the borders of Ghana, come meet experts. Come, let's make noise about what you are doing. If you're a very big company, you are looking at partnerships, you are looking at how to further promote your businesses, and the fact that you are paying for an exhibition, you are not paying for airtime, you are not paying for playbacks and all, but it's an added benefit that you get, and you don't get this from anywhere except Channel 1 TV and City FM when we have events like this. That's the advantage of we doing programs like this, okay? Because apart from just registering to come and sell, make sales at the exhibition, we are also trying to promote your business to the rest of the world. So the benefits are quite enormous. If you decide to come, if you break things down, you realize that what you're paying doesn't match up.
You even benefit more.
You owe us more, you know.
And,
so this is it.
Someone says in his or her one corner, oh, I produce alatasamna. I do Zumi. These are like made in Ghana products and all that. What kind of product or things are we to look out for, to see at this exhibition?
Look out for everything made in Ghana. From soaps to beads to textiles to FMCGs to vehicles, automobiles, to services, you know, to financial institutions, education. Look at all the innovations coming out from our universities, you know, the KNUSTs, the University of Ghana's, the UNAR. I mean, all these institutions are really producing so much. We need to know about what they are doing. Financial institutions, the hospitality industry. Look, Ghana is made up of a whole lot of sectors, agribusiness, you know, different things are coming. Now, when you produce your stuff, the next level, people need to know about what you are doing. This is, a gathering of all these things. So we are just bringing the whole of Ghana
to one place.
Exactly. So the whole of Ghana to the children's park. You know, sometimes you're looking for specific services, you're looking for a product, and you feel if you don't import, you won't get it. But if you have institutions like the CSIRs coming, if you have the Ghana Atomic Energy Commissions coming, you know that there are so many things that solutions that people are, institutions and agencies in Ghana, you know, are putting out there, but we have no idea. It will take your coming as a patron to some of these exhibitions to know that if we talk about the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, it's not only bomb, or it's not bombs that they are creating, you know, but there are services that they are putting out there for individual use, for national use is important. Some of these GEPs and GEAs are also out there looking for the SMEs they can help. But it can't also go to every little corner of the country. So what you can do for your own self is to take advantage of exhibitions like this to meet your sector institutions, to meet your sector agencies, people who can help you. On your own, you might not be able to just walk to the offices of EcoBank to say ABC. You don't even have the time. You don't know where to, get all these things from. But you have MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle, GEPA, they are all there. You don't pay anything. That's the good thing about it as a patron. You walk in free, ask any question you want to ask. You have all these exhibitors at your disposal. Do your shopping, take business cards, ask questions, follow up. If you're a business, you're not only coming to sell, you're also coming to look at partnerships that you can form, help that you can also get to further promote your businesses. And this is what the This Is Ghana exhibition is offering all of us.
Beautiful. But this we've been doing for some time at AMA Forecourt. Why this time around, Ifwa Sunderland Park? So there's a children's park.
In name.
In name?
In name,
Okay.
but when you look at the space it offers, you realize that that is not children's park compared to other places. You know, This Is Ghana exhibition has grown. And if you were at the exhibition, you were there, you saw it, and I'm sure that many people who came there, one thing that they kept talking about was we need a bigger space. And needing a bigger space means that the event is growing. It means that companies are growing. It means that we are also setting up new companies. And so we have to look at how best we can all have a very relaxing and a great experience in terms of shopping, in terms of exhibition. Large space that we can all come through, have time, relax and all that, you know. We also need a bit of space to boogie down, you know. We work really hard, and so we got to play hard, you know. And so, of course, This Is Ghana would, just like we had with Agri-Fair, we'll also have the Chin Chin Band come through.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Have them come through, to boogie down. So we need space, you know. And then, there'll be girls as well. So it's really going to be a fun time.
It's an entire picnic
joking,
there.
Man. We are joking, you know. So shopping kakra, girls kakra,
chilling kakra, asa kakra,
business kakra.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
So it's really going to be a fun experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
For patrons who want to come in, should I come in with my children? Should I come in with my entire family so we come and buy something? How should the patronage be like? Asking or trying to speak to patrons now?
We are family-oriented station, okay? Channel 1 TV and City FM. So whatever we do, the family is the target. And it's very important that we catch them young. As the children are growing, it's important for us to introduce them to the Made in Ghana stuff that we have. What we haven't done too well is to develop our taste for homegrown stuff. And that is why we are all the time trying to import stuff. You take your children out, they want to eat something, the first thing they talk about is burgers, the first thing they talk about is pizza, the first thing they talk about is chicken and chips, you understand? They know foreign meals more than our own. Why are we not getting local snacks for them to take to school? Why are we not introducing them to our local fruit juices? This is how, because nobody starts life with knowing pizza. Somebody introduces you to these things, you get it. So it's about time we let our children also know, let them come around, let them visit the innovation
and
stuff.
buy something for them.
Exactly, let them ask questions, get local toys for your people. Don't let them see local toys and think that Kakai will catch you. Let's not scare them with local stuff. You see local like your bed, they say that chino, what is that? So they see craft and they think that, craft, they will use it in horror movies, you know, when we are doing local movie and there's a shrine, then you have the craft. No!
Explain to them well, like I said, for decoration.
These are people's creativity at work. They are not only found in shrines. We don't put them there, and we have to change our orientation. And put power down them. Get it? I mean, of course, it won't catch you. So let's bring our children. Let's introduce them to what makes us who we are as a people. Who our real true identity. We are Ghanaians. Let's embrace everything Ghanaian, and let's introduce our children to them. So of course, bring their children. We'll play music. They will dance. We'll eat small kebab. You buy for the children, and buy stuff for them, something Ghanaian, you know.
So how can one get in touch with the house now to say, after what Frema has said, I'm convinced, I want to pay?
Just give us a call. They know the number, you know. But let me just remind you again.
It's on speed dial.
Exactly. You know the number already because you registered. And for those who haven't, we have just a bit of time. Do the needful. At this point, you're not just registering and going back to now talk to your accountant and all that. Now, if you're registering, it means you're following up with payments. Give us a call on 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973.
This is happening on the 6th and 7th of September.
Yes.
I'm very much interested in the time it will start.
Yes. Yes. So by 10 a.m. the show is on. You know, but for exhibitors, we'll communicate the time they need to come. We always do that and take you through the processes, what you are expected to bring, and because we want to serve people and serve them well, and we want to meet all your needs and requirements. So they will come in earlier, but for the patrons, by 10 a.m. we are in full session and the show is on.
So the gate opens for patrons.
Exactly.
At 10.
At 10.
Good.
And it's free entry. You don't have to pay anything to anybody at any gate.
Beautiful. So make sure that you pay. You've heard everything you need to hear from Frema Edunyami, who is the head of events and partnerships here at Channel 1 TV and City FM. Make sure that you pay. Make sure that you pay. Don't come last minute, because by the time you want to pay, maybe 48 hours or 72 hours to the day of the event to be sold out. We say, you have ears, should what? Let them hear. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we will bring you more.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome, and this is proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's get into our first story. Ghanaian singer Jackie has released the trailer for her debut album After Midnight, set for release on August 29, 2025. Directed by Alex Piper, the film captures her creative journey and personal evolution. Born to high-life legend Nana Champon, Jackie says the album reflects the moods, prayers, and emotions born out of late-night hours when she feels most inspired. After Midnight promises to blend love, reflection, and celebration into her most personal work yet. Now to our next highlight. Dancehall star Shatta Wale has affirmed that he will regain his seized 2019 Lamborghini Urus, asserting he possesses all the necessary documents to prove it's legally his. Taken to X on August 17, 2025, he dismissed rumors suggesting the car was stolen and insisted he purchased it legitimately for $150,000 with no ties to the fraudster Nana Kwabena Amoah. Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian reggae star and United Nations Environment Programme Goodwill Ambassador Rocky Dawuni performed at the UNEP General Meeting. using his music to call for urgent global action on climate change and biodiversity loss. The Grammy-nominated artist underscored music's power in inspiring environmental awareness and unity. Now, Rocky Dawuni is known for championing sustainability and social change. Dawuni's appearance adds to his growing reputation as a cultural ambassador, representing Ghana and Africa on leading international platforms.
Whoa, whoa. Now we say, hey, I believe we can shine a light so bright all around the world, all around the world, all around the world. Let's sing, hey, I believe we can shine a light so bright. Are you gonna sing with me now? Let me hear you say, yeah!
Now let's get to our next highlight. Ghanaian Afro dancehall star Stonebwoy will headline the Ruhr Reggae Summer Festival 2025 in Mulheim, Germany from the 22nd to the 24th August. He joins a stellar lineup including Kimani Marley, Protege, Julian Marley and the Uprising, Lila Ike, and Mortimer. The festival, one of Europe's premier reggae gatherings, attracts fans worldwide. Stonebwoy's participation reinforces his status as a leading African music export, showcasing his fusion of Afrobeat, reggae and dancehall while pioneering the global rise of Afro dancehall. Now to our next highlight. Davido's manager, Asha Asika, has revealed that brand partnerships fund a large share of the Afrobeat star's music videos. Speaking on the Star Network podcast, Asika explained that endorsements from Mattel, Infinix, and PlayStation have covered at least half of the cost of mini productions. He described Davido as Nigeria's most influential figure, crediting his ability to merge lifestyle, culture, and brand partnerships. Asika emphasized the long-term approach to deals, noting it has set a standard for how brands should engage with artists.
We've done the collabs, we've done 2 collabs with them now. I know how many places we've been putting off of the allegiance of our brands, and David's brand is mad influential. David is probably, I don't care what anybody says, I think David is the most influential person in Nigeria.
Now you can get details and updates of these stories when you visit GhanaWeekend.com. Have you visited GhanaWeekend.com today? Do that now. Now let's check out Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 10. Every day we living la vida loca. Even when you're mad at me, I'm loving your posture. And I dream me besides our bravos and noose.
Number 9. Number 8.
Shake it to the max. The DJ please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Number 7.
Give me composure. Now give me that steez. Now give me composure. What money can do, more money can do.
Number
It
6.
would have been lovely, but I'm just another guy, just another guy. Obsessed to my morals, concerned to my liberty.
Number 5. Number 4.
I'm all the time in a group, me call y'all stack in the loop. Me in your corner, me one in the troop, and you know I gotta put my main man on the hook. Me, I want to dance, I want to mama, me, jamming, I say,
Number 3.
Me, I'm a baby way.
Number 2.
What's I wanna never. Beginning to think I don't need another lover. Found you today, I don't wanna go back. I don't want to be with a Casanova. Yes, I will never ever forgive if you do the least, I will find another. Why you want to leave when you know it's you?
One side, shoulder, shoulder, one side, shoulder, shoulder, one side, shoulder, one side, shoulder.
It's the Channel 1 countdown.
And that wraps up today's entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily, powered by GhanaWeekend.com, your go-to for all the buzz in Ghana's showbiz world. For more stories, exclusive videos, and behind-the-scenes action, follow us across all socials at Ghana Weekend on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok, and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. I am Ni Komite Kome. Catch you same time tomorrow. Until then, keep it locked, keep it Ghana Weekend, and keep it entertainment.
All right, welcome back. And there you have it. That's the entertainment highlight of the day. And if you want more entertainment, all you need to do is keep it locked down on GhanaWeekend.com. And you can get all that entertainment that you are looking for. Right now, we're about to have a conversation. And if you're someone that's interested in information technology or IT, I would say sit down, relax, and enjoy this conversation. So in the studio with me, we have Jennifer Sangbe Derry, who is the Senior Corporate Affairs Manager of National Information Technology Agency, known as NITA, and also Razak Al-Hassan, Manager of Technical Services at NITA, and Ernestina Achuche, Manager of Business Services at NITA. And we are about to have a conversation on the National ICT Week. What is the National ICT Week? What is it all about? You're about to find out right now. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
All right, first of all, before we get into the National ICT Week, let's talk about the National Information Technology Agency. That's a mouthful. What is it about? What's NITA all about?
Yes, so NITA, the National Information Technology Agency, is under the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. And what we do is to regulate ICT, the provision of ICT in the ecosystem. Our mandate is to ensure that we have a clean, enabling environment for consumers and then also for service providers.
Right.
Yes.
So when you talk about clean, enabling environment, what are we looking at? Are we looking at everything on the internet?
Yes, we want to ensure trust. Yes, and then also high quality of service. Whatever that is the service provider is giving you out there, we want to make sure that it's clean. We want to make sure that there's trust in the system. We have, you know, technology is rapidly running, and it's kind of saturated. So if you don't have a system where you have a regulator sanitize whatever that is being given out there, it kind of brings chaos. So we work with stakeholders to come on board, try to collaborate with them, see where one is supposed to take up a job, and then we also would advise governments on policies that comes out.
Right.
Yes, just to add up to what she's talking about, one of the key roles we play is to advise government on digital, or let me say, technology investments. So let's say government wants to invest in connectivity. We come in to help scope the whole project, make sure the specifications are right, so we spend right. Another key thing we also do is to make sure that we always make sure that resources are available to multiple institutions at the same time. So we don't have government investing in the same project at multiple locations, but we have one resource pool. Most of the institutions can actually plug in and make things happen. So basically, that's what we do.
All right, so how has it been so far, especially working with the government?
Well, NITA started as a service provider, more or less like providing internet service, the Eastern Corridor Fiber that we all know of. Yes, NITA handled that. And then now there was a directive given from the former government to do regulations. So we have a private partner handling the service providing, provision of service here. So we right now, what we do is to regulate those services that are out there.
Right.
And to also add to that, we want to state it clear that NITA is the brain behind, in collaboration with eSolution, that the brain behind Smart Workplace. That allows the government sectors to work
remotely
together. And like, as
during COVID, you realize that most people were asked to stay at home. But how was government working? How were systems being done? So NITA came up with a platform. It's called a Smart Workplace Platform. They made sure that services that, in terms of, you can actually work remotely at the comfort of your home. Once you have internet, you're able to do your day-to-day activities.
Right.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the ICT week. First of all, why is it important to have an ICT week? A week dedicated to ICT.
Okay. We can all attest to the fact that Ghana and then the whole world is shifting from one system to, let's say, the technology. So we want Ghana and then NITA taking the lead to host, how do you call it? A digital trade hub, put all the stakeholders together, not only the stakeholders, the businesses, the public service, the government itself, and then innovators. We want to bring all these people together on one platform so that we can decide, we have discussion or decide the future for Ghana's digital trade hub.
Right.
So just to add up to that, it's important to have these kind of meetings because you have multiple stakeholders that you might not get at the same time.
Right.
Let's take example, anytime you want to set standards, standards are set for particular environments. You have stakeholders who are experts in those environments. These kind of meetings, or let me say conferences, allow for all of these stakeholders to meet at the same location, gets work done faster, and gives some sort of exposure to NITA as well. So basically that's what we are trying to do. And then I think the theme for this year's ICT Week is quite clear. We would want to drill into that and probably explain more about what we are doing this year.
Yeah, so what's the theme?
The theme for this year is Ghana as Africa's digital trade hub. Yes, so
innovation, policy
and partnership.
All right.
So basically, over the past few years, if you look at the trend of digitalization in Africa, Ghana is actually primed at the stage where we can actually move on to the next step of making sure that we are on the path towards the level where we need to get to developed countries. One of the reasons why we are at that stage is why AFTA has actually had their headquarters in Accra. So you realize that e-commerce trading has gotten to the stage where we need to take it up to the next level. Businesses in Ghana need to make sure that they can take their products outside of the 35 million people we have in just Ghana. We need to sell it out to the whole of Africa. Therefore, the need for us to have this conference concentrated on just trading to make sure that the e-commerce space and everybody involved in trading in Ghana can actually use digital platforms to actually reach out to the 1.5 billion people in Africa and not just the 35 million in Ghana.
Right. To talk about the digital trade or the trust he's talking about, that's why in this year's ICT Week, we are going to launch the African Consortium for PKI. That's public key infrastructure. Yes, and then Ghana is taking the lead. We are hosting it and then we are launching it.
Right. So any special activities that we are going to be looking out for?
So I'll run you through the week's activities and then my colleagues will delve deeper into topics that will be discussed during the week. So on the first day, we have the opening ceremony.
Which day is the first day?
25th of August.
That's Monday.
Coming Monday, 25th. So it's from the 25th of August to the 28th of August. And on the first day, which is the opening ceremony, we'll have Her Excellency the Vice President grace the events, along with some technical partners, key stakeholders, development agencies and governments. The second day, we'll be talking about trust, digital trust, where Tina mentioned PKI, public key infrastructure. So Razak will talk about that. On the third day is more of e-commerce, logistics, fintech, Bank of Ghana regulations. So there'll be collaborations with regulators coming on board. On the fourth day is data exchange. And then I forgot to add the fifth day, which is going to be a dinner, but Tina will throw more light on that. Yes.
Right.
So someone may ask what PKI is, so I would like to take the opportunity to explain. So PKI, over the past 2 years, anytime two people or two systems need to communicate in technology, there's a need to encrypt the data that's going across. So there's been multiple, let me say, protocols that have been developed to make sure that that communication can happen. One of the key ones, which is the most secure currently, is the PKI. All it does is that for me to be able to speak to you, we are introducing an infrastructure that's a third party that we trust. So what we do is that we all go through that third party to ensure that we can actually exchange data in a secure way. Why is it so important in trading? One of the key reasons why probably we struggle to be able to take our products outside of our country is the fact that our national IDs, our passports, our business certifications have to be trusted outside of our environment. The only way that can happen is if there's a trusted security, or let me say infrastructure, that anybody outside of our environment knows that once you receive business certificate from Ghana and it's certified by this particular authority, then it's authentic. So you can actually transact business with it. So those are some of the key things that we'll be discussing to make sure that although we want to expand trade, how do we make sure that we are doing it in a trusted way so people can buy from the right people and people can actually sell products in the right way.
Right. So now, when is the conference happening? So we know it's 25th to 28th.
Yeah.
So does that mean every day that there's something happening is from 9 a.m. to 3:30?
Yes.
And it's happening where?
At the International Conference Center, Accra International Conference Center.
Yeah. And do you have special guest of honors? And
The Vice President is gracing, and then we have key stakeholders. Our Honorable Minister Sam Neti George will also be around. Our Director General Engineer Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, and then stakeholders. We have representatives from the AFTA Secretariat.
Yeah.
Yes, we have international bodies also coming in for the PKI Consortium, Africa PKI Consortium, that will be outdoored. We have countries from Africa who will be coming in for that event. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any idea which countries we're looking
We have Nigeria, we have South Africa, we have Namibia, we have Kenya, we have Morocco.
So those are all tech hubs.
Yes.
So I think the whole concept is PKI is being used well outside of Africa.
Globally.
And we are underusing it in Africa.
Yeah.
So all of these countries are coming together to make sure, how do we make sure that we use it well within Africa to make sure we can trust each other and share data. So
as well as also meeting international standards.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
That's the
Wow,
concept.
that's not easy. I think that's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But how has it been putting all this together, though?
It hasn't been easy though, but we are pulling through. So to talk of the date again, 25th to 28th, then the 29th, which is a Friday, we have awards night and then a dinner. But that's for our sponsors and then some key people in the industry and then our
So basically,
exhibitors.
that one has a special invite.
Yes, a
Okay,
special
so for
invite.
everybody.
Yes.
So what about the ones that everyone can attend? Is it free?
It's free. You just have to register. So you can register. You can go on our website www.nita.gov.gh and then also on our social media handles, Nita Ghana. Yes.
Or you can contact us on 0558 074654
Right,
if you need any more clarification.
Right. Anyway, how can an individual or company actually support this event when it comes to sponsorship? It seems like you already have enough sponsors. Or you don't want.
No, we want more. We
Right,
want
so how
more.
can someone actually?
Okay, so you reach out to us on the contact I just mentioned, 0558 074654. Or you go on our website, we have a column there that you can register as an exhibitor or a sponsor. Then we will reach out to you.
Right.
Yes,
So Razak, any final words?
Yes, I would want to say that there are quite a number of, let me say, startups in Ghana who are actually playing a big role in e-commerce and then fintech as well. I think they should take this opportunity to come and meet people, actually exhibit their product that they actually have. I will have some number of exhibitors of applications and systems out there. You can come interact with a few of them, share ideas, and you can look at doing something bigger than what you are doing currently.
Right.
That's what I can say.
Jennifer?
If you are a tech enthusiast, I think this is an event you shouldn't miss. Yeah. So we would like to invite all tech enthusiasts, the academia, students, innovators, startups, as Razak mentioned, and even the general public.
Right.
Yes.
So I just want to ask you are calling for people to come and showcase their stuff. Is it free to showcase?
Okay, that will
She's
go.
the money woman,
That's for the exhibition. It's not free, but when you contact us, we will have. If you have any proposal, you can put it to us. We have in kind and then in cash. So any of them works with us. You contact us, then we can discuss it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so
you
much. It was really
for
nice
having
talking to you guys. So we've been speaking to Jennifer Sangbit-Derry, who's a Senior Corporate Affairs Manager at NITA, and Razak Halassan, who's a Manager of Technical Services at NITA, and Ernestina Achuche, Manager of Business Services at NITA. And it's been all about the National ICT Week. And NITA, if you're wondering what it is the National Information Technology Agency. So it's going to be happening on the 25th to the 28th of August, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and it's at the Accra International Conference Center. You don't want to miss this. If you're a startup, if you're a tech enthusiast, if you are just into the business of ICT, I think this is very important for you to attend. Like they said, it is free, so you can just even pass through and see what's happening on those days. Anyway, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for staying tuned with us right here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And remember that the show actually started with Nana Tufo Boateng, and I was also joined by Philip. And of course, now it's time for me to take my leave. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Breakfast Daily. See you tomorrow, same time, right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Chris Carter. Bye.
I'm here with the sassy, saucy Claire.
Who cook Anwamu. So all this was for Anwamu?
Yes. When I was 17, I ran away from home and went to Lagos. And
What?
for like 2 years, my father didn't hear from me.
You did what?
I haven't heard anybody talk about frying plantain and salting it in this way before. Like you cut and you let it marinate. I love it.
You let it sit for a while.
Wine and go down, wine and go down.
Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say. Me body good, me body good, me body good, me body good. That's how I make king man say.
Let me ring that bell, and me and you get started. So let me tell.
Ashie totally, baby totally. No more buy you totally. Baby totally, no more buy you totally.
Do you see Tatali here?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host to Maris